Associate Professor in the Department of Electronic and Communication Engineering at IIIT Naya Raipur. Has more than 20 years of teaching and research experience. Previously worked as an assistant professor at NIT Raipur. Research expert in VLSI design, low power VISI, CMOS and digital circuit, nano electronics, semiconductor device. Published many research paper in the international journal and conference. Guide several MTech and PhD student in the research project. We are truly honored to such an experienced researcher with us today. He will be sharing his valuable knowledge and insight with us. May I invite Dr. Manoj Kumar Majumdar to please come forward and deliver a keynote address. मैं यहाँ पे अटक गई थी ये इसको पलटते रहती फिर इसको खोलती तो इसी से बोल दिया मैंने इसी में लिखा हुआ था तुम्हारे उसी से ठीक है ना अच्छी तो नहीं ठीक है नाम हमने सब हटा देने बोला ज्यादा चीज नहीं बोली मैंने हटवा देने बोली थी ना तो नहीं मत दो तो ये था ना प्रेजेंटेशन
My computer open.
Thank you, sir. If any, ये नहीं हटा देती हूँ. बोले? Thank you, sir. If any delegate has question, you may kindly ask now.
सर कुछ चाहिए ना ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि सर हमें प्रेजेंटेशन वाला ये एक्सपीरियंस रहेगा डिफरेंट क्वेश्चन है तब आप मनता अगर बस थैंक यू सर
पक्का ठीक बोले मैं जहाँ घुसाती है वो काम नहीं आ रहा Now we will move ahead with our oral presentation session. I request the presenter to be ready as we will call down one by one to present their research work. ठीक है? घबराई तो नहीं थी पक्का थोड़ा सा
So good morning everyone. Am I audible to all of you?
क्योंकि
So firstly, I would like to thank the administration of the Engineer University for calling me here to deliver an invited talk. So as you have know from my brief introduction, I am currently working as an associate professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at IIIT Naya Raipur and almost serving there for the last 10 years. And before that, I have completed my PhD from IIT Roorkee. And also I have a joint collaboration with the NSU Singapore. So, sorry. ठीक है हो जाएगा. So, I am basically working in the area of the microelectronics and VLSI. That is on the electronic devices and the circuits and their performances. Okay, so I hope that some of you are being here from the electronics department. Correct? Who are there from electronics background? Electronics or electrical background? Okay. So basically, in the today's talk, I would like to highlight on the innovation of the electronic circuits and the electronic devices. So the heart of the electronic circuits and devices is the field effect transistor, or you can say it as a FET. So basically my topic of this talk is that the innovation of the nanoscale field effect transistor. That is how the evolution has been happened and how the things can be getting evaluated day by day and year by year. So just a brief flow of my talk. So I will be starting with some basic of the introductions. Then how are the emerging FETs are there. Then the nanoscale FETs like the graphene based, or you can say the carbon nanotube based FETs, their principles, their performances, and finally we will be concluding over here. So we can see here, okay, this is basically the innovation of the electronic devices and circuits. So how it can be evaluated? So basically the thought process of the electronic devices was started in 1947, whenever the two famous scientists, that is the Bardeen and Shockley, they have invented the first kind of the transistors. So that is the foundation of the IC industry. But that time the transistors were very bulky in size and they have also not in the performing well. So, but that was the first foundation or the key foundation of the IC industry. After that, in the year of the 1952, the Sony, I hope that all of you know the Sony industry, correct? So Sony introduced the first kind of the transistor-based radio. So basically, the transistor system, that is the radio system, was invented in the year of the 1952. From that, the IC was being getting challenged. In 1958, the first kind of the modern IC, that is whatever we have seen, the integrated type of the circuits, that is all the components are getting integrated in a very small place. That was first invented by scientist Kilby in the year of the 1958. And with this innovation, basically the modern IC structure was getting evaluated. All of you know in the Moore's law, because the Moore's was a very eminent scientist, and Moore's law of the prediction was that for every 2 years, the number of the transistors in an IC will be getting doubled. So basically that law or that prediction was there in the 1965. And immediately after that, they have tried to make it combined or make it integrated in a very small scale of the circuits. And for that case, the first company, that is the Intel, I hope all of you know the name, correct? Intel. So Intel is the very biggest company for the fabrication-based industry. So that Intel was invented by the Noisy and Moore in the year of the 1968. And after converting the Intel, the scientist was focused on the memory part, and they have invented the 1 kilobyte of the DRAM, that is called the dynamic random access memory, in 1970. After that, in 1971, the Intel announced the 4th bit of the microprocessor system. So I hope that all of you use the microprocessor in our lab, correct? So it was a very initial level of the microprocessor that was only the 4th bit, but currently we are using the 32-bit or 64-bit. So it was the 4th bit, and the name of the microprocessor was 4004. Okay, and that microprocessor uses only the 2250 transistors. So you can imagine. Okay, now actually we are using around the 1 billion or 10 billion of the transistors, but that time only there was 1,000 number of the transistors. So it was a very small scale of the IC. After that, the Apple and IBM, these two are the biggest company in also the IC industry. So they have invented the Apple II. Apple II is basically, or IBM PC is basically the first kind of the personal computer system. Okay, so if you can see in the IIT Kanpur also, in the IIT Kanpur, they have actually exported their first kind of the computer that was a size of a biggest room actually. Okay, that time. That was the year of 1970s. So that was first kind of the IBM PC. They have actually exported from England. After that, in 1984, another very prominent industry that is called Xilinx, they have invented the FPGA. And FPGA is nothing but a board actually. And all of you know, okay, we are actually currently using the FPGA board everywhere. like in our mobile phone, in our system, motherboard, everywhere we are using the FPGA board. So it was first invented by the Xilinx industry in the 1984. And after with this, from 1985 onwards, the Intel began focusing on the microprocessor products, and and the concept of the fabless IC industry was first proposed by the TSMC, that is the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, and it is the very popular company till now actually. Even you can say that in all over the world, basically the TSMC supplied the 70% of the IC industry from this TSMC actually. So it is a very popular industry for today. And after that, in 1991, the ARM processor introduced by the RISC IP core. It is all the part of the chipless or fabless kind of the IC design. It will reduce the effort of the fabrication, and it will also reduce the cost of the fabrication. Then all of you know the Samsung, correct? So Samsung comes into the picture for the IC industry, and they have proposed the dynamic random access memory with a major memory size. Then again, IBM expanded their system with the 1 gigahertz process, and we can see these two important milestone that has been getting in the 1999 and the 2002. Basically, from that time, the VLSI industries comes into the picture. So from that case, actually the system on chip and system in package, both are getting to be evaluated. So mainly, what is the system on chip? Correct. System on chip is what? So system on chip means that is called the SoC technology. It means that the whole system will be on a single platform. Like suppose if we are using our laptop, in our laptop we can hear the sound, we can see the video, we can also capture the photos, we can also capture the videos, correct? So it means that all the whole systems, that is all the different kind of the systems are there on a single platform. It is the known as a system on chip. And after having the system on chip, we have to go for the system in package. That is, the packaging is also very important, because without packaging, we can't see how we should handle, correct? आप लोग I think देखे होंगे कि सारे चीज का पैकेजिंग होता है. हम लोग मार्केट से एक चिप्स भी खरीदते हैं, तो that is also comes into the package, and that has been labeled with the 20 rupees. Suppose for the 100-gram chips, but if you are go to the open market for the 100-gram chips, you can get it only the 5 rupees. So basically, packaging is very important. So for this packaging, actually, the customers can getting attracted towards the product. So basically, that's why the system in package technology was also important in the case of the VLSI industry. After that, people are thinking towards the nano level. So this is all we are actually talking about, the micro level of the industry. But after that, in the 2007 onwards, people are thinking for the nano level of the industry. So basically, they are focusing on the organic material, that is the carbon nanotube, and the graphene-based materials over there. Then the Intel Pentium 4 processor was there around in the 2005. So that was a very popular processor at that time. Okay. So actually, at our student life, we have used that Intel Pentium 4 processor. It was a bit slow, but that was used around the 42 million number of the transistors. You can see that it has used the 42 million number of the transistors. And day by day, whenever the year is getting evaluated around the 2008, so people are trying to move towards the more than 30 million transistors per person. It means that per person means that is the per chip area. Actually, it is denoting like that, per chip area. And from 2009 and 2012, people are again focusing on the nano materials. So they are trying to focus how we should combine the micro and nano materials both at a single platform. That's why it is called the CMOS CNT electronics. Okay. And that from 2012 onwards, it was the sub 10 nanometer technology was there. Next, next in 2013, we can see that according to the FPGA platform, basically there was another platform was getting invented that was called the ASIC. ASIC means that is called the Application Specific Integrated Circuits. So it is the same unit as per the FPGA, but the difference is that it should be used for only for a specific function over there. In 2014, the LED was invented. So today actually we are using the large scale LEDs. Okay, and we all know that LEDs can blink with the different colors of the light. Why it is so? Any idea? Suppose LEDs can give you blue color, green color, red color. Why it is so? Sorry? It is because the change of frequency actually. Actually, in the LEDs, we can give the different frequency, switching frequency, and as per the frequency, it can change the lights. So basically, this operation has to be done by the ASIC programming or using the ASIC board actually. Now, the memory part is again getting to be evaluated. In 2016, the SRAM was there, and from 2018, if you can see, the AI-powered system is going to be evaluated. So all of you know the Amazon Alexa, correct? Whatever we are telling to Amazon Alexa, they are actually pointing out the same thing. Why? This is basically the AI-powered chip mainly. Correct. So this is the AI-powered chip. So the thought of the AI-powered chip was being started from the 2018. However, it is being commercialized from 2020. But the thinking was there from 2018. Now, all of you know the Apple, correct? The Apple processor that is called the M chip processor or A processor, A1, A2, A13, like this it was done. So the modern kind of the processor of the Apple by A13, it was there in the 2019. It is a high kind of the integrated system. It means that it is being integrated in a very small space, all the system. If you can buy some Apple desktop, you can see there is no CPU for the Apple desktop, or there is no UPS for the Apple desktop, correct? So it is only a monitor, and in this monitor, you can find all the kind of the high resolution systems in a single platform, and that is the beauty of the Apple A-type processor, correct? So that was invented in the 2019. Then in 2020 onwards, people are focusing on the nano fabrication. Okay, so basically nano fabrication means that is you can see the carbon nanotube based field effect transistor fabrication. It was first started by the MIT graduates, that is the Massachusetts Institute of Technology graduates. They have first started, and as per the evolution in 2022, the TSMC plans to have the more lesser area, that is for the 3 nanometer of the chip. And it was finally going for the actually half of the chip size. So you can now assume that whenever the technology is going to be evaluated, the number of the circuits per unit area is going to be increased drastically. And at the same time, your area of the IC should be going to be reduced. So this is the two trade-off in the case of the current electronic system. Okay. And due to this trade-off, basically we are not following the Moore's law now. We are now following the more than Moore technology. Matlab, as per the Moore's technology, it was there that in every 18 months, the number of the components in the IC will be getting doubled. But now what is the thing is happening? The number of the components in the IC is getting tripled, 4 times or 5 times. There is no limit. So basically, we are following the more than Moore technology in nowadays. So this is now I told you for basically electronic system, the FET or the field effect transistor is the heart of the system. So we should have to know some theory or some technology about the FET. So I told you FET was conceptualized first in the Bell Laboratory in the year of the 1947. But in theory, it was invented earlier. In theory, it was there in 1925, whenever some German physicist of the Julius Eger, they have actually built up some of the working functionality of the FET. But you can see that time the FET system, it was the first kind of the transistor. If you can see the right side picture, it is the first kind of the transistor system, and you can see it is a very bulky type of the system, and also the environmental impact is largely affected this kind of the transistor systems. Okay. So coming to the some theory of the FET. So FET can be broadly divided in the two parts. One is the JFET, that is called the junction field effect transistor, and another one is the MOSFET. Okay. So basically both have the different structure. So if we can see the figure 1, if you can see the figure 1 there. So figure 1A is basically the N-channel JFET, and figure 1B is the P-channel JFET. So basically these two JFETs are getting divided into two types based on the number of the electrons or holes in the IC. Okay. In the case of the N-channel JFET, number of electrons are the majority carriers, and in the case of P-channel JFET, number of holes are the majority carriers. And you can see the structure of the JFET, wherever basically it can be divided into the three terminals. One is the gate, drain, and source. Okay. So it is just like a system of a, you can say system of a tap. Actually what we are doing in our household, we all are using the tap, correct? For bathrooms, in our kitchens, everywhere we are using some of the water dispenser, the tap system. In the tap system, what we are doing, there is a knob is there. If we can lose the knob, our force of the water will be getting increased. Yes or no? And if we can tighten the knob, our force of the water will be getting decreased, and sometimes it will be getting off, actually, completely closed. It means what? The knob is actually the control of the system. The knob is actually control of the system. And that control is what? It is the gate here. Basically, the gate is the controlling unit of the knob. Then from where the water is going to be out, that is called the output. Output is what? That is the drain. Okay? That is the drain. And from the main line, wherever the tap is getting the water supply, that is called the input. So input is what? That is called your source. So this way we can define the three different terminals here. One is the source, drain, and the gate. So mainly the thing is that you can see in this structure, at the end of the two units, there is the one terminal is called source, and another terminal is called the drain. And at the two sides of this body, there is a gate terminal is there. So depending on the gate voltage, we can control the current conduction from the source to drain. Okay. And due to this, basically you can see this is actually your characteristics of the N-channel JFET and the P-channel JFET. And here we can see there are the three different regions. One is the ohmic region, another one is the saturation region, and another one is the breakdown region. Correct. So basically these three regions are coming into the, you can see this is the breakdown, saturation, and the ohmic region. So basically these three regions are coming into the picture due to the controlling of the current. So mainly using the JFET terminal, what we can do, we can control the current through the body. But the problem is that in this case, there is a breakdown region, means that after a certain time, it will be getting overheated and the transistor is going to be breakdown. So people are proposing for the MOSFET, and it is the most popular structure for today. There is the MOSFET. In the case of the MOSFET also, we are having that same three terminal with one additional terminal that is called the body. Okay. And here this is the structure for the MOSFET. You can see source, gate, and drain terminal is there. Okay. And if we can see the thing, we can have also the two type of the MOSFET. One is the N-channel MOSFET and another one is the P-channel MOSFET. So here also we can see using some gate voltage, but if we can apply some gate voltage over here, the channel region, if you can see, this is the channel region. This channel region width will be going to be controlled. And then depending on the channel region width, the current is flowing from the either from source to drain or from the drain to source. Advantage of this structure is that it has no breakdown region. Okay. it has no breakdown region, and so you can see the curve is something like that, and there will be no breakdown region will be there. So this is the preliminary concept of the MOSFET. So that actually we all have studied, I think, in the basic electronics course in the first semester, correct? In our courses. Now, what is the drawbacks of this FETs actually? We are having the junction FET of the MOSFET, but what are the drawbacks of this kind of the conventional FET? So these are the drawbacks are there. It can have a high power dissipation. It can have some of the short channel effects. It can have some of the gain-induced barrier lowering effects, some body effect, and some of the hot carrier effects can be there. Actually, all these problems or all these drawbacks are coming into the picture only because of the dimension is going to be lesser. Okay, and all of you know that basically in the electronic circuit or in the case of the transistor, the resistance is the one of the major component. And what is the basic formula of a resistance? Do you know? What is the basic formula of a resistance? Sorry?
Voltage upon current.
Voltage upon current. But actually, okay, that's fine. But what is the physical formula of the resistance? That actually we are getting from the Ohm's law, correct? But how we should define the resistance physically? That is, look, V into I is equal to R. That is actually the formula of the Ohm's law. Right? Now, V is equal to what? I into R. So mainly, if we can get the formula of the resistances, okay. If you can get the formula of the resistance, it is going to be the R is equal to rho L by A. It is the formula from the physics. Okay. So basically, in this formula, if you can see, resistance is inversely
proportional
with the area. Matlab kya hai? It means that if you can reduce the area, your resistance of the circuit will be going to be increased. Correct. And it is the main problem of the modern IC. In the modern IC system, if you can see, in the earlier time, our mobile phone weights was much better, much higher. And now actually we are using the mobile phone with a lightweight mobile. It means what? And the size of the So I think you can understand कि जैसे कि रेजिस्टेंस है, करेक्ट? तो रेजिस्टेंस का मतलब क्या है कि अगर हम लोग एरिया को छोटा कर रहे हैं, मतलब इफ वी कैन रिड्यूस द चिप एरिया, तो उसमें क्या होगा? इन दैट केस योर रेजिस्टेंस विल बी गोइंग टू बी इंक्रीज्ड. तो इन द केस ऑफ द मॉडर्न आईसी, उसमें क्या हो रहा है? हमारा चिप एरिया छोटा हो रहा है. तो जब भी मेरा चिप एरिया को छोटा कर रहा हूं, इसका मतलब क्या है? सर्किट में जो रेजिस्टेंस है वो इंक्रीज हो रहा है. अब जब सर्किट में जो अगर रेजिस्टेंस इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, तो उसके वजह से क्या होगा? उसके वजह से मेन प्रॉब्लम इज दैट पावर डिसिपेशन. क्योंकि पावर का फॉर्मूला क्या है? पावर इज इक्वल टू, बताइए, पावर इज इक्वल टू क्या होता है? बोलो बोलो. यस, वोल्टेज एंड करंट का मल्टीप्लीकेशन, दैट इज V इंटू I. और V इज इक्वल टू क्या लिख सकते हैं हम लोग? I इंटू R. तो पावर इज इक्वल टू क्या हो गया? यस, I स्क्वायर इंटू R. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? अगर हमारा रेजिस्टेंस इंक्रीज हो जाता है, मतलब my power is also getting increased. That's why the power dissipation is one of the major problem in the case of the conventional kind of the FETs. Understood? Second one we can see that is the short channel effect. Again the same thing. Short channel का मतलब क्या है कि ट्रांजिस्टर में अभी मैंने आप लोगों को दिखाया था कि ट्रांजिस्टर में बिटवीन द सोर्स एंड ड्रेन देयर इज अ चैनल इज देयर. अभी वो चैनल को हम लोग छोटा कर रहे हैं. तो उसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम होगा? एनी गेस? मान के चलिए हमारे पास 100 मीटर का एक पाइप है और अभी हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, उस 100 मीटर के पाइप को छोटा करके उसको हम लोग 1 मीटर कर रहे हैं. ओके, बट माई वाटर फोर्स इज सेम. तो उससे प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा? प्रेशर ज्यादा होगा. उसकी वजह से क्या हो सकता है? पाइप मेरा फट सकता है. ऐसा नो, इसमें भी सेम चीज होता है. इसमें भी क्या होता है? शॉर्ट चैनल इफेक्ट का मतलब है हमारे चैनल रीजन सपोज पहले कितना था, सपोज 10 माइक्रोमीटर था, अब उसको रिड्यूस करके हमने कितना कर दिया? 1 माइक्रोमीटर. तो क्या होगा? इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी, इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्लो विल बी सेम, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट इट विल क्रिएट द मच प्रेशर ऑन दैट चैनल. और उसमें ज्यादा प्रेशर क्रिएट करने की वजह से प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा? उस चैनल से लीकेज होना शुरू हो जाएगा, उसमें से कहीं ना कहीं से लीकेज होना स्टार्ट होगा. तो दैट इज कॉल्ड द शॉर्ट चैनल इफेक्ट्स. इट इज कॉल्ड द लीकेज करंट बेसिकली. अंडरस्टूड? सो इट इज कॉल्ड द शॉर्ट चैनल इफेक्ट्स. थर्ड वन वी कैन सी DIBL effect. DIBL it is somewhat related to the physics actually. DIBL का मतलब है that is called the drain induced barrier lowering. मतलब जब हम लोग ज्यादा फोर्स से ड्रेन वोल्टेज को हम लोग अप्लाई करते हैं, उसमें मैक्सिमम टू मैक्सिमम कैरियर्स आर गोइंग टू बी द ड्रेन रीजन एंड दे कैन एक्चुअली अप्लाई फॉर ए इन्वर्टिंग रीजन ओवर देयर, accumulating region there. उसके वजह से क्या होगा? जितना बैरियर होना चाहिए था बिटवीन P and N, it will be going to be reduced. So it is called the drain induced barrier lowering. और जिसके वजह से मेरा ट्रांजिस्टर का approximate current is going to be reduced over there. Body effect and the hot carrier effect both are same. Actually ट्रांजिस्टर का जब साइज छोटा हो रहा है, उसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बहुत फोर्स से मतलब कि फ्लो होता है, उसकी वजह से क्या प्रॉब्लम है? दे आर गेटिंग पॉल्यूशन, मतलब दे आर गेटिंग पॉल्यूशन टू ईच अदर, जिसके वजह से दे आर गेटिंग हॉट. अंडरस्टूड? इसीलिए देखना कभी हम लोग जब मतलब कि कोई भी टेम्पल या फिर मंदिर में जाते हैं ना, वहां पर कोई भी तुम लोगों ने क्यू देखा है? क्यू, वो क्यू को हम लोग ऐसे घुमा करके डालते हैं. क्यों? ताकि लोगों के पास उतना पेशेंस तो नहीं होता है कि हम लोग ऐसे डायरेक्ट आए. वो लोग क्या है कि थोड़ा सा टेम्परमेंट ज्यादा हो जाता है, इसलिए उसी क्यू को हम लोग ऐसे ऐसे घुमा देते हैं. क्यों घुमा देते हैं? ताकि उन लोगों के बीच में कोई पॉल्यूशन ना हो, उन लोगों के दिमाग ठंडा रहे, है ना? तो बेसिकली द थिंग इज दैट यहां पर भी सेम थिंग है. इधर हम लोग क्या करते हैं, पहले 10 माइक्रोमीटर का चैनल लेंथ था, अब उसको छोटा करके हम लोग 1 माइक्रोमीटर कर रहे हैं, बट चैनल इज स्ट्रेट. तो उस स्ट्रेट चैनल में जब भी ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्लो हो जाता है, तो देन दे आर बी गेटिंग कोलाइडेड एंड ड्यू टू दिस कोलिशन दे आर गेटिंग हॉट. इट इज कॉल्ड द हॉट कैरियर इफेक्ट. एंड ड्यू टू दिस हॉट कैरियर इफेक्ट अगेन दिस इज a problem of the leakage current. Okay, so these are the problems in the case of the conventional FETs. So people are moving towards the nanoscale FETs. मतलब wherever we are trying to change the materials and we are trying to have it in a different way. So we can see here basically this nanoscale FET is a fact finding of the part of the scaling. मतलब चीजों को छोटा करना. स्केलिंग का मतलब कुछ नहीं है, स्केलिंग का मतलब है चीजों को छोटा करना. हम लोग जितना छोटा करेंगे उसको हम लोग ऐसा बोलेंगे कि वो स्केल डाउन हो रहा है. ओके, तो मेनली in the case of the nanoscale devices, we can see here actually we can have the different type of the transport. Either we can frame the diffusion transport, ballistic transport or the quantum transport. Here you can see अगर मेरा लेंथ ज्यादा है, मतलब सपोज द माइक्रोमीटर लेंथ है, तो we will have the diffusion. क्यों डिफ्यूजन क्यों बोलते हैं इसको? लेंथ ज्यादा है, इसका मतलब क्या होगा? कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉन को फ्लो होने के टाइम पे इट विल बी गेटिंग कोलाइडेड मोर, इट विल बी गेटिंग डिस्ट्रैक्टेड. सो इट इज कॉल्ड द डिफ्यूसिव ट्रांसपोर्ट. इट इज कॉल्ड द डिफ्यूसिव ट्रांसपोर्ट. अगर वो छोटा हो गया, यू कैन सी For the ballistic transport, the length is around the 10 nanometer. मतलब वो क्या हुआ कि माइक्रोमीटर से अभी हम लोग नैनोमीटर में आ गए, तो ऑब्वियसली मेरा एरिया छोटा हो गया. अगर एरिया छोटा हो जाएगा तो they can move straight. So that is called the ballistic transport. That is without any collision they can move. And another one is the quantum transport. ये बहुत ही छोटा डायमेंशन पे होता है जो हम लोग ऐसे खाली आंखों से नहीं देख पाएंगे. वो उसको बोलते हैं क्वांटम ट्रांसपोर्ट. वहां पर इलेक्ट्रॉन का कोई फ्लो नहीं होता है, उधर तुम्हारे एनर्जी का फ्लो होता है. दैट इज कॉल्ड द क्वांटम एनर्जी. आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू नो कि इन द टुडेज वर्ल्ड द क्वांटम इज अ वेरी पॉपुलर वर्ड एक्चुअली, है ना. तो वो क्वांटम एनर्जी होता है whenever the dimension is around the 0.1 nanometer or less than that. Okay, so basically these three types of the transports can be happening there, and based on this different type of the transport, these are the different kind of the emerging type of the FETs, मतलब that we can imagine over there. So we can have the organic FET. Organic FET मतलब इसको हम लोग ऑर्गेनिक मटेरियल से इसको बना सकते हैं. ओके, देन द टनल FET. टनल FET में जहां पर हम लोग क्वांटम ट्रांसपोर्ट को लेते हैं. देन द स्पिन FET जहां पर हम लोग इलेक्ट्रॉन का जो स्पिन कॉन्फ़िगरेशन मतलब स्पिन अप एंड स्पिन डाउन, उससे हम लोग FET बना सकते हैं. देन द फिन फेट. फिन फेट का मतलब क्या है? फिन शेप बॉडी. आप लोग फिश देखो, मछली देखे हो? कितने लोगों ने देखा है मछली? ऑलमोस्ट एवरीवन, करेक्ट. फिश का तुम लोगों ने देखा होगा ना. फिश में क्या होता है बताओ तो? फिश की जो बॉडी स्ट्रक्चर होता है इट इज समथिंग लाइक दैट, और उसके दोनों साइड में फिन्स रहते हैं. ये क्यों होता है? हाँ, दोनों साइड में फिन्स क्यों होता है मैडम? वो तो सामने वाला शिप तो ऐसा होता है बिकॉज उसको थोड़ा जाने में सही रहता है, जैसे कि एरोप्लेन स्ट्रक्चर वो भी ऐसा ही होता है. बट उन दोनों के साइड में जो फिन्स क्यों रहते हैं? ये डायरेक्शन मतलब बेसिकली टू बैलेंस द बॉडी. सो बेसिकली टू बैलेंस द बॉडी एक्चुअली, है ना. बॉडी को बैलेंस करने के लिए हम लोग करते हैं मेनली बेसिकली फिन शेप. सो ड्यू टू दिस फिन शेप मेनली, ओके, दे हैव टू स्ट्रक्चर दिस बॉडी एक्चुअली. तो ये बेसिकली फिन फेट में भी वही है, इसको स्ट्रक्चर करने के लिए सोच रहे हैं. 10 minutes. Then after that, we can have the carbon nanotube. So it is mainly one of the organic FETs kind of the thing, and another one is the graphene nanoribbon. Okay, so this is all the kind of the organic type of the field effect transistors. You can see the same type, same structure that already we have discussed in the case of the MOSFET. Same structure, only the difference is that we are actually replacing the drain terminal with the organic material. So this is the organic FET is there, and this is the same output characteristics will be there. So this is the organic field effect transistor. In the case of the tunnel FET or T-FET, you can see here basically the tunneling has been happened from the P source to the N source. है ना. आप लोग कभी थ्योरी पढ़ोगे बैंड टू बैंड टनलिंग में, उसमें दिखेगा आपको हाउ द इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर गोइंग टू बी टनल्ड फ्रॉम द हायर स्टेज टू द लोअर स्टेज. एंड बिटवीन दैट we are having this T-FET kind of the structure over there, and you can see this is the schematic of the output characteristics of the tunnel FET. Next one you can see the spin FET. ये सब आजकल का रिसर्च एरिया है, तुम लोग कभी भी रिसर्च कर सकते हैं. तो this is the spin FET. In the case of the spin FET, basically we are actually taking the spin technology of the devices. मतलब I hope all of you know कि one electron can be moving in the two direction, either +1 or -1. मतलब plus half minus half, total 1. So it means that it can go up or it can go down. तो उसको बोलते हैं spin direction. उसको लेकर के we can get into the spin effect, अर्थात spin FET. Okay. This is the fin FET. I told you that is the fins, correct? You can see how देखो, this is the channel structure, this is the channel structure, and these two are the fins. This is the fin and this is the fin. to balance the device. How we can balance the current throughout the device. For that, this FIN FET is there. And another one is that is the very popular, that is the carbon nanotube. It is basically a nanotube-like structure, tube-like structure. Okay, and basically in this structure we can have the two type of the shape, either the single walled nanotube or the multi-walled nanotube. We can see, okay, this is actually the sheets of the graphene, and we can have the multi-walled nanotube. And here the advantage is that we can have a longer mean free path, resistivity is lower, current density is high, and carrier mobility will be large. And using this concept, this is the structure of the CNT FET, and this is, you can see, this has been developed by the IBM group. This is the laboratory structure, and I have seen this structure whenever I have worked in the IISc Bangalore. That time I have seen this type of structure we can get for the carbon nanotube based FET. Wherever this you can see source and drain, and this is the channel. This red is the channel region is there. Okay, so this way actually we can have the different types of the FETs. And another type is that the graphene. Basically, both are the same thing. So graphene is what actually, I hope all of you know, graphite. Graphite तो हम लोगों को तो यहाँ पर नेचर में मिलता है फ्रीली, करेक्ट? तो ग्राफाइट से हम लोग ग्राफीन करते हैं. जैसे कि पेंसिल जो हम लोग लिखते हैं, उसका जो निब रहता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड द ग्राफाइट. तो वहीं से हम लोग एफईटी को प्रिपेयर करते हैं, वहीं से हम लोग ट्रांजिस्टर डिजाइन कर सकते हैं. ओके, तो बेसिकली दिस ग्राफाइट, दिस ग्राफीन ट्रांजिस्टर एंड दिस tape dispenser was there, and it was invented in the 2010. If you can see the Nobel Prize of the 2010, it was being awarded on the basis of the graphene. Okay, and it was having there the Andrew Jim and the Novoslab. They have actually invented the graphene for the first time. Okay, I am not going into that. This is the fabrication process. Okay, so because the time constraint, I am not going into that. Yeah, this is the characteristics of the graphene FET. We can see here basically we can get the almost linear current in the case of the graphene. This is the one of the major advantage. पहले हम लोगों को ऐसे मिलता था saturation, but in the case of the graphene we can get almost the linear current over there. Okay, so this is the one of the advantage of the graphene based FET. But there is some limitations also there, and the limitations are that it has a limited band gap. Its fabrication cost is high because this is a nanostructure. इसका fabrication cost भी थोड़ा high होता है, and it can have the saturation point in the case of the analog circuits. So these are the some of the limitations are there. Okay. Okay. Now, just this is the last slide. So this is whatever actually we have talked right now, correct? So you can see this is actually a comparative chart of all the different type of the FETs. Right? We have already learned about the MOSFET, that is called your silicon-based FET that today we are using, organic FET, tunnel FET, spin FET, fin FET, CNT FET, graphene FET, and the GNR FETs. So you can see these are all the structural differences. You can see the channel length. Channel length for the graphene FET is very minimum. It is around the 1 to 10 nanometer. But wherever the channel length for the silicon FET is around the 500 nanometer. So you can see how the technology is going to be evaluated from the microstructure to the nanostructure. So all the later dimensions are going to be lower in the drastically. Okay, you can see the material. In the case of the material, we are currently using the silicon, but still we are actually using the nanomaterial. So we are moving towards the nanomaterials like the graphene, or you can say the graphite. You can see the power consumption. Power consumption for the nano FETs are very low compared to the silicon FETs. Scalability, graphene FET has a high mobility compared to the other conventional FETs, but some drawbacks are also there. Leakage current, some of the controlling width, some of the complex fabrication facilities. These are some of the drawbacks in all the cases we can see, and applications. Okay. The main advantage of the nanoscale FET is that we can apply it for the गैस सेंसर. जो हम लोग ना सेंसर आजकल डिजाइन करते हैं बेसिकली मे बी मतलब जैसे मेरे अंडर अभी डीएसटी का प्रोजेक्ट है, इसमें मैं एक्चुअली जो मार्क्स डेवलप करना चाह रहा हूँ यूजिंग द नैनो बेस्ड मटेरियल. तो दिस इज द वन काइंड ऑफ द थिंग के सेंसर यू कैन डेवलप यूजिंग द nano material or the organic material. That will reduce the cost and that will also reduce the environmental impact. मतलब क्योंकि ऑर्गेनिक मटेरियल इज ऑलवेज सेफ फॉर द एनवायरनमेंट, है ना. प्लास्टिक हमारे एनवायरनमेंट के लिए सेफ नहीं है, बट अगर हम लोग ऑर्गेनिक मटेरियल यूज करेंगे इट विल बी ऑलवेज सेफ फॉर द एनवायरनमेंट. इट विल बैलेंस द एनवायरनमेंट. सो वी कैन ऑल्सो हैव टू गेट इनटू दैट. एंड दिस इज द ओवरऑल conclusion or summary, okay, that already we have discussed the different types of the field effect transistors, and all of you know that all these are the very prominent or burning research topic. Okay, the people are working on that, and there are the different pros and cons are still there. Yeah, you can work on there, and if you can see that today's Indian government is also focusing on the silicon based industry. Okay, so they are actually trying to focus on the different like designing of the FETs using the silicon in the nanoscale dimension. Even if you can see the news recently, the Qualcomm has produced the 2 nanometer type of 2 nanometer chip dimension. Okay, so this is the one of the major breakthrough for the research industry. Okay. So this is all the different kind of the emerging and the traditional FETs are there. All the FETs have their own pros and cons. We should have to work on that to make the future research possible. So these are some of the references that I have followed for my lecture. Thank you so much. Any question if you can? I think there is no question. हो गया ना?
Oh, भाई.
Correct. INCON data.
We are honored to share that the Dr. Manoj Kumar Majumdar will be serving as a session chair for today's technical session. We sincerely thank him for accepting this responsibility.
अच्छा सारे बच्चे ऑनलाइन पे हैं क्या?
Now we will move ahead with our oral presentation session. I request the presenter to be ready as we will call them one by one to present their research work. Harshit Aryan Singh from Amity University. His topic is Sustainable Finance and Smart Governance.
थोड़ा नेम का लिस्ट दे सकते हो क्या?
मैं बताती हूँ।
थोड़ा सा नेम का लिस्ट थोड़ा दे दीजिएगा तो उसमें थोड़ा सा थैंक कितने पेपर से थोड़ा उसका लिस्ट पेपर दे सकते
शुभंकर मौलिक
तुम लोग का होगा सबका। पहले हम ऑनलाइन वाले खत्म करा दें and you will tell them you have only 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes.
है ना?
So you have 5 minutes. हाँ. Okay, and your time limit is how? Time मतलब
शुभंकर मौलिक ना ऑप्टिमाइजेशन मटेरियल्स हाँ ऑप्टिमाइजेशन मटेरियल स्ट्रेंथ इन कार्बन फाइबर तुम बोलो आओगे ये क्या था
reinforced polymers
ये है ना?
using additive manufacturing.
what's the goal now? Or you have 5 minutes. You only have 5 minutes.
you only have that.
Okay. 3 ऑनलाइन सेशंस के बाद एक भी नोट्स की जगह से सीखते हैं ऑनलाइन
Control your expressions.
और आराम बढ़ाया
अरे वो थोड़ा सा एकदम सडन आ गए थे क्या बोलना वो वैसा हो गया था
और
इसका ये क्या है
शुभंकर मौलिक को बोलना हर्षद को बोलना नीरज को शुभंकर मौलिक फिर नीरज कंटेंट पता टॉपिक बताने अगले यहाँ पाए I knows
Optimization material strength in a carbon fiber reinforced polymers using additive manufacturing. तो मैं बोल रही थी वहां ना मैं बन जाती हूँ थोड़ा सा स्टार्टिंग में रख के ना उसके बाद ठीक बोली ना
बस
पर ठीक था मैं बढ़ा गई थी थोड़ा सा
मेरे फर्स्ट लैंग्वेज बहुत ही ज्यादा Away transport trade, but now I must about Shubhakar knowledge, topic and material strength. In carbon fiber means most polymer using additive manufacturing. Shubhakar is carrying 5 minutes present in the presentation. And after registration, 1 minute for the question and session. Thank you. Thanks, Shubhakar. Shubhakar, can you see switch on your camera?
Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible to you? Hello, hello, am I audible to you?
Sir, move on करिए. Yes.
Am I audible to you?
Yes.
My video is switched on, but I don't know why it is not showing. Okay, okay, okay. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Is my paper visible to you? Paper is visible? Okay, okay, thank you. So, good afternoon to all of you. Myself, Shubhankar Maulik. I am a research scholar in the Department of Mechanical Engineering in Anjana University, Raipur. I am serving as an assistant professor in Institute of Engineering and Management. Presentation will be using material strength in carbon fiber reinforced polymers composites using additive manufacturing. So, in this research paper, the combined effects of material composition, optimization, and post-processing methods on the mechanical properties of natively built components were examined using experimental study methodology. The evaluation of tensile and compressive strength markers of mechanical integrity was the main focus of this investigation. Selective laser sintering method was chosen as the production method because it can process a wide variety of composite material and create high precision components, which makes it ideal for the use of this study. Let me data source. So, in this investigation, a polymer-based composite reinforced with continuous carbon fiber served as the material system. Industrial grade defense machine was used for fabrication, guaranteeing reliable and reproducible processing conditions. To guarantee dependability and comparability of outcomes, mechanical characterization was carried out in compliance with established norms, while compressive testing following STM D65 695 criteria And for tensile testing, UTM D638 criteria was used. Universal Testing Machine UTM with high accuracy load and displacement measuring equipment was used in every test. Here I have divided the sample into 5 groups of 5 different fiber reinforcement category by weight: 0%, 8%, 15%, and 20%. Later on, for post-processing technique, heat treatment was carried out at 200 degrees centigrade for 2 hours to improve the layer bonding. The what data I have recorded inside strength, strength, failure modes, and fail curves. If I go back criteria, you can see that the tensile strength exhibited a progressive increase with rising the carbon fiber reinforcement content, reaching a maximum value of 75.9 megapascal percent reinforcement. This trend indicates strong positive correlation between reinforcement level and the tensile performance. The relatively consistent standard deviation values of sample groups suggested low experimental variability and good repeatability of the result. Same thing we have observed during the compressive strength analysis also. You can see here compressive strength also followed the similar increasing strength with rising carbon fiber reinforcement content. At reinforcement level of 20%, reaches 93.2% megapascal, representing at around 72% improvement compared to the reinforced material. Now, if I go back to the bonding level analysis, which is a saying impact, you can see internal adhesion strength was significantly improved in heat treatment process, reaching a 161.8% increase at around 80% reinforcement in comparison to the untreated samples. This illustrates how post-processing heat treatment can mitigate the weak interlayer bonding commonly found in additively made components. Now, next, if I go back to my failure characteristics, the failure mode, I can say that for 0% reinforcement, failure mode was brittle. Fracture plane was observed. 5% reinforcement by weight. Brittle mode of failure was observed. When the limited fiber going if I go to the 20% reinforcement level, reductive failure mode was observed and extensive fiber route during this study. So basically, in this particular study, the study engages the gap in literature by quantifying incremental improvements across reinforcement level by synergistically integrating the material composition with post processing. The findings have broad implications for manufacturing applications in high performance sectors such as aerospace systems. These are highlighting potential areas for further research, including fatigue resistance and environmental stability. And these are the few references which I have used preparing this paper. Thank you.
Thank you, Smarthan.
Hello. Yes, sir. Sir, you are not audible. Hello.
You have considered any evaluation aspect in your research work?
I cannot hear you clearly. Hello. You are not audible clearly. Hello.
have you considered any durability aspect in your research work?
Yes, sir.
I think you have not considered any aspect of durability, right?
Yes, sir. Not yet considered.
You know which type you have adopted for this research methodology? You know what you have mentioned here?
Yes, sir.
So what
I have. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible. Thank you, sir.
some of the physical science like a determinant
Yes, sir.
in terms of movement, figures, to understand the audience, whatever the some topic we had.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
A small picture from my side.
Okay, sir. Sir. Yes, sir. Mm. Hmm. Yes, sir.
Um, okay, and did you observe any kind of optimum point for your enforcement wherever you can get some of the optimum level of the of the mechanical skill? Did you observe some optimum point?
No, sir. I haven't observed that during my experimental procedure. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Now I request Venus please join the session and if possible you can share the screen. Unmute yourself, Neeraj.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have 7 minutes for your presentation.
Okay, ma'am.
Share your screen for the presentation.
Wait a second. Um, um, okay, ma'am. Um, So, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm grateful for this opportunity to present my research topic to you. I am Neeraj, a computer science and engineering student at Himati Nandan Bogra, Garhwal University, Uttarakhand. And pursuing my research on research topic, implementation and performance evaluation of a novel multi-constraint AODV protocol for energy and stability awareness in mobile ad hoc network. These are the table of contents, introduction, problem statement, research objectives, literature review, research methodology, results and discussion, conclusion and future scope. Introduction. Merit and AODV routing challenges. Mobile ad hoc network, decentralized infrastructure-less wireless network formed by mobile nodes using multi-hop routing for communication. They excel in infrastructure-denied scenarios like disaster response, military operations, and remote sensing. It face challenges for dynamic topology, changes, and limited node energy. ODB protocol overview and limitation. Adopt on-demand distance vector is a widely used reactive routing protocol that discovers on-demand route based on minimum hop count to reduce control overhead and delay. However, hop count lesson ignore node residual energy and link stability, leading to frequent route failure, packet drops, elevated energy consumption, and reduced network reliability. Problem statement: single metric route deficiency. Standard UDV relies solely on minimum hop count for route selection, neglecting node residual energy and link stability, which result in frequent route failure and suboptimal durability in dynamic manner. Lack of energy aware mechanism. Absence of preemptive energy filtering allow low residual energy node to participate in routing, accelerating battery exhaustion, increasing control overheads from routing rediscoveries, and shortening overall network lifetime. Inadequate link stability prediction. Without metric like link expiration time based on node mobility, AOD selects unstable paths prone to breaks, leading the high packet drops, elevated end-to-end delay. They increase normalized routing load, their high mobility and traffic stress. Research objectives. Develop energy stable route metric. Design and implementation of cost budget metric integrating link expiration time computed by node position velocity vectors and residual energy ratio to replace AODV hop count selection to enhance route stability and energy efficiency. Introduce preemptive energy filtering. Incorporate an energy threshold filter during route request propagation to exclude low residual energy node via cross-layer checks, minimizing participation of flows constraint path and reducing route rediscovery overhead. Validation performance improvements. Evaluate, evaluate USA ODV against standard AODV through simulations, targeting superior packet delivery ratio, extended network lifetime, reduce end-to-end delay, and lower normalized routing load. In high mobility, high traffic managed scenario, literature review, standard AODV mechanism, broadcast request upon demand. However, it ensures high control overhead for mobility induced rate and energy training flow. Energy optimization effort. Error like energy aware AODV with power metric, expand ring search, and based energy trigger reduce consumption by limited rebroadcast and prioritizing residual energy during high traffic scenarios. Network coding and buffering. Once you integrate AODB, employer packet buffering and coding to merge transmissions between energy used and data overhead while integrating a MAC frustration delay for node mobility. Bio-inspired tracking, transition, reliability, cost, and energy for superior period versus AODB DSR, SP, ERS, AODB predicts destinations while device pattern to curve route request flood. Research methodology. Problem identification. Hard node in AODB. Standard AODB ignore node energy levels. This creates hot node that repeat quickly. Excessive error messages occurred and poor packet delivery. System setup. Large area, low node energy, traffic network. Mechanism 1. Preemptive energy filtering. Intermediate node check its residual energy before forwarding a route request. If energy less than threshold, the node silently drops the route request. Mechanism 2. Composite cost metrics. During route reply, calculate link expiration time plus energy ratio to get composite cost metrics. And then route selection based on minimum
Total cost. ESAODVs led the route with the minimum total cost composite matrix to ensure the chosen path is both stable and energy efficient, resulting in improved packet delivery ratio and extended network lifetime compared to standard AODV.
Neeraj, we are just
Delivery ratio superiority. AODV continuously achieve higher PDR than AODV across all scenarios. At high speed, AODV maintain
we are just we're finished with the timeline and we'll just move with the session chair to just ask the questions. Okay. Manoj sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Neeraj,
Yes, sir.
okay, okay, so, Neeraj? Yes.
सर आ रहा है आवाज
Audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, audible.
Yes. So basically, I improved both compared to standard AODV. I improved both energy, kind of energy awareness and stability in standard AODV.
So, whenever actually you have get this result, suppose in this slide number 8,
Yes, sir.
so let's see, whenever the load speed is around 30, so basically both the car bars are almost touching to each other. So can you please explain the reason?
Hello? 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 Hello?
Yes, Neeraj, continue.
Sir?
Continue.
Sometimes I choose high traffic and less energy, so that sometimes it will come same, sometimes it will same, perform same. That's it.
Okay, that's better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, NS3. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Neeraj. Thank you so much, Neeraj, for your time.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So, please, be online and now.
I would like to invite our next keynote speaker, Mr. Akhil Agarwal. He's an AI product strategist and AI transformation project manager with over 12 years of experience and a professional foundation in the Indian PSU sector. He is supporting large-scale technology and compliance initiatives within the government and financial services. Backed by certifications from Oracle
data-driven approach to process refinement while maintaining a strong focus on regulatory governance outside of his professional life. US-based company. He is an avid swimmer, sketcher, and trekker who values continuous learning and teamwork. Thank you so much. It's over to you.
Hi, thanks. So I'll just share my screen.
Yes, sir.
Hello, everyone. Just to start on a question, I'd like to ask that how many of us have used AI? So this is a very basic question wherein we are asking people how many of us have used AI, and we are very sure that each and every one of us has used AI either knowingly or unknowingly. Mainly becomes using a chat GPT, using Claude, writing letters, writing emails, writing thesis, getting an answer. Unknowingly means we are using a Google map. For us, it's a software, but we know that it is embedded by artificial intelligence. In addition to this, we daily order food from Zomato, Swiggy. We do orders from Blue Dart. In a nutshell, we are thoroughly surrounded by artificial intelligence and IoT. To come up with one very specific thing, here the question is not about how many of us has used AI. The question is how many of us know that how the AI took that decision. In my whole experience, I have a clear experience of almost 14 to 15 years in working industry. And I'm happy to be here to address this topic, which is a burning topic right now. So, मेरा मेन चीज ये है यहाँ पे कि एआई आज के दिनों में हमारे लिए हर चीज के लिए जुड़ा हुआ है, चाहे वो हमारा खाना ऑर्डर करना हो, चाहे वो हमारे एप्लीकेशंस हो, चाहे वो हमारा सॉफ्टवेयर हो, चाहे वो हमारा जॉब हो, चाहे वो हमारी एजुकेशन हो. बट हमारे को आज ये नहीं मालूम कि एआई डिसीजन कैसे लेता है. यू बिलीव मी कि आने वाले कुछ टाइम में जो मेक और ब्रेक रहेगा वो इसी में रहेगा कि कौन एआई यूज कर पा रहा है, कौन एआई कैसे डिसीजन ले रहा है ये कर देख पा रहा है. वी हैव टू, हमें ये समझना पड़ेगा कि जो एआई है ना, एआई इज नॉट स्मार्ट, एआई इज नॉट इंटेलिजेंट. दिस इज वेरी क्लियर. एआई इज जस्ट रिकग्नाइजिंग पैटर्न्स. एआई सिर्फ पैटर्न्स देखता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मेरे को याद है जब मैं छोटा था, सो एट दैट टाइम हमारा यूज्ड टू गो आउटसाइड और बाहर जाके बोलती थी बादल डार्क हो रहे, काले हो रहे, बारिश आने वाली. So what is this? This is an intelligent understanding from pattern recognition, wherein my mother has seen dark clouds और वो ये कह रही है कि बारिश आएगी. It is not 100% sure कि बारिश आएगी नहीं आएगी, but that is a pattern recognition. Humanly, we have limitations to understand these patterns. इसीलिए हमें लगता है कि आज AI जो हम एक क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं वो फटाफट आंसर लाता है हर जगह से, and it becomes very easy for us to understand. बट हमें ये समझना पड़ेगा कि एआई सिर्फ और सिर्फ एआई जो है पैटर्न रिकग्नाइज कर रहा है. एआई इंटेलिजेंट भी नहीं है. एआई सिर्फ ये जानता है कि अगला वर्ड कौन सा आना है. आप अगर कई बार एआई के आंसर्स पढ़ेंगे तो आपको आइडिया लगेगा कि उनके आंसर बहुत जेनेरिक होते हैं. इवन आप एजुकेशन सेक्टर में अगर कोई इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट है, एनी पार्टिसिपेंट्स हियर जिन्होंने एआई यूज किया है टू जनरेट एनी काइंड ऑफ रिटन मटेरियल, उनको मालूम है, वो पढ़ के लग जाता है कि वो एआई से जनरेटेड है. इंटेलिजेंस कहाँ पे आएगा? कमिंग बैक टू माय ओन एक्सपीरियंस, प्रेजेंटली मैं एआई संभाल रहा हूँ. मैं एआई को एज अ सॉफ्टवेयर, एज अ फ्यूचर टेक्नोलॉजी लेके आ रहा हूँ ऑटोमेशन के लिए इन लॉजिस्टिक्स सेक्टर. नाउ लॉजिस्टिक्स इज इटसेल्फ अ वेरी बिग सेक्टर. हमें नहीं लगता, हमारे लिए ये है कि हमने कोरियर किया, कोरियर एक ट्रक में आया, ट्रक से वो एक पर्टिकुलर जगह से दूसरी जगह पहुंच गया. पर इस सेक्टर में कितना ज्यादा ऑटोमेशन है, दिस ओनली डिसाइड्स कि हमारा इस सेक्टर में प्रॉफिट कितना है. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे एवरी इंस्टीट्यूट इज डिपेंडिंग ऑन प्रॉफिट. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आज के दिन में दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा ब्रांड कोका कोला है बेवरेजेस में। कोका कोला का स्ट्रेंथ उसका टेस्ट नहीं है, उसके टेस्ट से अच्छे अच्छे टेस्ट हैं सबके, बहुत सारे लोकल लेवल पे हर स्टेट का एक अच्छा अच्छा ड्रिंक है, पर स्टिल कोका कोला को कोई टक्कर नहीं दे पाता। उसका रीजन क्या है कि कोका कोला का जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन नेटवर्क है इतना स्ट्रांग है दैट आज के डेट में कोका कोला दोनों जगहों पे प्रॉफिटेबली अपनी ड्रिंक्स पहुंचाता है जिन जगहों पे शायद आज की डेट में कोई नहीं जा पाता। सो आपको कोका कोला का ड्रिंक लद्दाख में भी मिल जाएगा, कन्याकुमारी में भी मिल जाएगा, कच्छ में भी मिल जाएगा, श्रीनगर में भी मिल जाएगा, एंड सब जगह प्राइस सेम रहेगा। हमें ये बोलना पड़ेगा कि वो अगर कोई महंगा दे रहा है, बट एमआरपी एंड ऑल ऑलमोस्ट रिकग्नाइजेबल रहते हैं। इनका जो प्रोडक्शन सेंटर है वो तो कहीं हो, सो मेरा काम वहीं पे आता है जहां पे कि मैं इन चीजों को ऑटोमेट करता हूं और मैं इनमें प्रेडिक्टिव एनालिसिस डालता हूँ। सो प्रेडिक्टिव एनालिसिस इज ऑल्सो अ पार्ट ऑफ एआई, जहां पे कि जो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस है वो आपको ये बताता है कि आपको डिमांड फोरकास्टिंग कैसे करना है। आज मेरे पास अगर 100 बॉटल्स का ऑर्डर है फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बट ये पता नहीं है ना कि ये बॉटल का ऑर्डर गर्मियों में हो सकता है 300 पहुंच जाए, बिकॉज गर्मियों में प्यास ज्यादा लगती है। यही ऑर्डर सर्दियों में हो सकता है 50 हो जाए। तो मुझे अगर एफिशिएंटली वर्क करना है तो मुझे फोरकास्टिंग आनी चाहिए। मुझे फोरकास्टिंग कैसे आएगी? हिस्टोरिकल डेटा ये वर्क करके। अगर मैं आज की डेट में पिछले 100 दिन में कब कब बारिश हुआ है, कब कब कितना कितना सेल हुआ है, इसको मैं समझ जाऊं, इसके बेस पे मैं अगले 10 दिन प्रेडिक्ट कर सकता हूं कि मेरे हिसाब से ये होना चाहिए। दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट टू एम्फसाइज कि प्रिडिक्टिव एनालिसिस या एआई कोई जादू नहीं है। एआई ने बोल दिया आज बारिश होगी, नहीं होगी। एआई क्या कर रहा है? एआई सिर्फ हिस्टोरिकल डेटा पे चल रहा है। मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूं। Am I audible? If somebody can confirm, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay, yeah, just I will confirming. So, मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ। आज की डेट में Amazon एक ऐसा कंपनी है जो एआई के ज्यादातर जो उनके इनिशिएटिव्स हैं वो टेकअप करके चलता है। Amazon ने कुछ टाइम पहले कोशिश किया कि लेट अस डू एआई इन क्लाइंट हंटिंग, एम्प्लॉय हंटिंग। उनके रेज्यूमेज एआई से करवाएंगे एंड हम लोग रिज्यूम या वो एआई के थ्रू हम सिलेक्ट करेंगे। अब ये तो बहुत सिंपल एक्सरसाइज है, वैलिड है, कंपनी को डालना भी चाहिए, रिज्यूमे इतने सारे आते हैं, बट आपको जान के हैरानी होगी कि उन्होंने ये पर्टिकुलर चीज जो है इनिशियल में ही बंद कर दी। क्यों? वो इसलिए बंद नहीं की कि उनको दिक्कत हो रहा था। उनको सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम क्या आया? ये गया है पिछले 100 साल का, 50 साल का। तो इन्हें क्या करना शुरू किया? जितने भी रेज्यूम में विमेन आ रहा था, उसने उन रेज्यूमेस को रिजेक्ट करना शुरू कर दिया। उन फैक्ट्स हैं उसको सिर्फ आपके आगे एक क्लासिफाइड, एक अरेंज इंफॉर्मेशन में लाके रखता है। सो हियर एआई ने क्या किया? एआई ट्रेन हुआ था women were not allowed to study। लेडीज को इतने जॉब्स नहीं। AI is not a magic. AI only allows you to go. Now another thing, coming back to logistics, अगर मैं AI के थ्रू ये बोलता हूँ कि मेरा जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का वे है, what is the best way to go for it? आज हम मैप्स यूज करते हैं from one place to another, बोलते हैं इसके थ्रू 40, इसके थ्रू 30 मिनट्स लगेंगे, इससे लो Let's go to the. ये 30 मिनट कैसे आप यूनिक प्रेडिक्टिव एनालिसिस that, that how exactly ये रोड कैसे बिहेव करेगा डिपेंडिंग ऑन लास्ट 2 years of data, 3 years.
After this, we'll start the offline sessions. And the first one will be Pallavi Sahu. I request Dean sir to please present the memento, and I welcome Patnaik sir for the session. Please come. Memento. Now, thank you so much, sir, for coming to our session and giving us your time. Yes, sir, you have to sign that evaluation. Yes, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Hi, actually, I'm joining for another link. Can you accept that? मेरा आवाज अभी क्लियर है आपको? Okay. So I'll just continue. Okay. Okay.
Now I request, Dr. Pranay Kumar sir, please come up for the presentation. And I request Jesus to present the message. We continue Akhil sir session, and after that we'll start the offline presentations again. Okay? Yes, sir. Please unmute yourself, sir.
Okay, so मैं thank you. So मैं किस तरह हेल्प कर रहा है बारे में बात करूं तो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में एआई का बहुत हेवी यूसेज है जैसे कि डिमांड फोरकास्टिंग है रूट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन है गूगल मैप्स रूट ऑप्टिमाइजेशन का एक बहुत बेसिक क्लियर कटिंग एग्जाम्पल है यहाँ पे कि आपके रूट कैसे होने चाहिए मिनिमम रेड लाइट इससे सबसे बड़ा काम ये होता है कि सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट वो फोन करेंगे, पैसा आ जाएगा। सो ये जो यूपीआई का एकदम सडन ब्लास्ट हुआ है, ये कोई जादू नहीं है। दिस इज अ मिक्स ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, दिस इज अ मिक्स ऑफ एआई। ये इंजीनियर्स ने बनाया है, ये उन लोगों ने बनाया है जो फ्यूचर देख पा रहे हैं, ये आप लोगों ने बनाया है। सो आज की डेट में हम एज एन इंजीनियर, एज ए टेक्निकल पार्टनर्स, हम लोग बैकबोन है इकोनॉमी का। उस टाइम पहले फाइनेंस बैकबोन था, आज हम लोग बैकबोन है। मुझे आज भी याद है कि जब आधार आया था तब लोगों ने बोला था आधार इतना नहीं चल पाएगा, कौन लोग जाएंगे, कौन इसको कैसे आगे बढ़ाएगा, कैसे नहीं करेगा। सो आधार के लिए बहुत कुछ आता था। सो एट द एंड ऑफ इट मैं इतना बोलूंगा कि ये जितना भी हमारा एआई है, इसके जितने फायदे हैं उतने ही इसके डार्क ट्रूथ्स हैं। डार्क ट्रूथ्स लाइक डीप फेक्स। आप लोगों ने डीप फेक्स देखे होंगे, इतने अच्छे वीडियोस आते हैं कि हमें खुद नहीं मालूम पड़ता है एआई जनरेटेड है या नहीं है। बट आप एक चीज सोचिए, कल को अगर एक डीप फेक आ जाए फॉर अ पर्सनालिटी जिसको आप बहुत पसंद करते हैं, वो कुछ ऐसा बोल दे जो आपको, जो मार्केट में लड़ाइयां करा दे, तो उसका रिस्पॉन्सिबल कौन होगा? सर्वेलेंस है। आपको क्या मालूम आपका मोबाइल आपको कितना सर्वेल कर रहा है? एआई जो है वो आपको इतने तरीके के वीडियोस दिखाता है। यूट्यूब है, आप एक तरीके का वीडियो डालते हैं, वो वीडियो आना शुरू हो जाता है हर जगह, एड्स, वीडियोस, फेसबुक। तो ये जो ट्रेंड्स हैं एआई के थ्रू, ये हमें कंटेन करने हैं। यू इंजीनियर्स, वी टेक्निकल पीपल हैव टू कंटेन इट। हमें मेंटेन करना है कि ये वाले जो एथिकल चैलेंजेस हैं, ये एआई के थ्रू कंटेन हो। एआई का सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है कि एआई बायस होता है। एआई में अगर मैं एक ही रिजल्ट बार 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 देना शुरू हो जाऊं, तो अगर आफ्टर अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम मैं उससे पूछूंगा कि इसका क्या रिजल्ट आएगा, वो वही रिजल्ट देगा जो मैंने बार बार दिया है, और उसका मतलब ये नहीं है वो सही रिजल्ट है। सो हमें एआई में आगे जाके वी हैव टू एंश्योर दैट एआई इज मोर ट्रांसपेरेंट एंड एआई हैज टू बी more responsible. So इसके लिए government are already coming out with rules, regulations, with guidelines. DPDP Act है, Data Protection Act है, and then AI Enabling Act है। AI के रिगार्डिंग जितने भी आपके डीप फेक्स हैं उनको आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए आई एम वेरी श्योर आप देखिएगा इन नेक्स्ट 1 or 2 years देयर आर गोइंग टू बी सॉफ्टवेयर्स जो कि ये जान पाएंगे कौन सा वीडियो कितना ज्यादा एआई जनरेटेड है। और एआई जो है सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट में बहुत हेल्प करता है, और एआई इसी थ्रू हमें आगे जाके बहुत ज्यादा हेल्प करेगा। इन द लास्ट, एआई क्या हमारा जॉब लेगा? क्या एआई आगे जाके जॉब लॉस करवाएगा? आई विल नॉट से कि एआई जॉब लॉस कराएगा। एआई सिर्फ आपको हेल्प करेगा डिसीजंस लेने में। जॉब के लिए रेडी रहना हमारा काम है। से कुछ टाइम पहले जब बैंकिंग में सॉफ्टवेयर आया था, सेंट्रल बैंकिंग आया था, तो लोगों ने कहा था जॉब चले जाएंगे। बट अगर मान के चलेंगे तो जॉब्स जॉब्स रहेंगे। सो आई जस्ट वांट टू डू दिस कि एआई इज नॉट अ थ्रेट, एआई इज नॉट अ मैजिक। एआई सिर्फ एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है जो हमें आगे जाके हेल्प करेगा चीजों को और ऑर्गेनाइज करने में एंड चीजों को और अच्छी तरीके से दिखाने में। दिस इज अ टर्निंग इवेंट इन द ह्यूमन हिस्ट्री एंड वी ऑल हैव टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ इट। एंड हम जो टेक्निकल इंजीनियरिंग बैकग्राउंड से हैं इसको आगे कर सकते हैं।
So much, sir, for being our esteemed keynote speaker. Thank you so much, sir, for being our esteemed keynote speaker. Your insights truly inspired and elevated the entire day. Thank you so much, sir. Now we are moving towards the offline presentation. I request Pallavi to please come up the stage and you have 5 minutes for the presentation. And I request Sanjay sir to please take the stage as the section chair. Thank you. आगे Sorry, Captain Central had a culture and our project is on AI-based cultural heritage innovation platform. Some problems we face during this group and cultural visiting that are today we will from the heritage side. There is information captured और ऐसे एक ही जगह पर मिल जाए तो इट विल बी बेस्ट फॉर अस। तो हम एक ही जगह पे सारी चीजें लोकेट करने की ट्राई करेंगे तो हमारे पास एप्लीकेशन में नेविगेशन एंड AR/VR मॉड्यूल, 3D मॉड्यूल एंड नेविगेशन सारी फोटो वीडियो अपलोड सब एक ही जगह पे मिलेगा।
Okay, that's the existing class. What do you read about this week?
अगर हम एक मॉनिटर के प्लेस यहाँ की हम साइज की बात करें फिजिकल साइज की और कल जो डेटा होगा वो सर है इसमें डाला होता है और पीपीएम में डाला होता है और बाकी जो ये लिंक्स में हम उसके वहाँ पर सब रिजल्ट से करें वहाँ पर सब डेटा फ्री
How many you are taking those subjects? And then
Thank you, Gayatri. Now I would like to invite Pallavi to present her presentation.
Yes, it's not absolutely. क्या होता है इनका इनपुट से तो बंद हो जाता है ना ये भी बंद हो जाता है
ठीक है A very warm, a very warm good afternoon to everyone present over here. I am Pallavi Sahu, along with my team member, Bhavishya Arsia. We are the student of second year from Computer Science Engineering and Computer Application. Our problem statement is that 80%, 86% of Indian farmers deal with lots of problem during agriculture, especially with weather conditions like extreme rainfall or drought uh, that actually cause them losses, disease and pest attack that threaten the crop yield. Another thing is the technological access gap. What happens is that due to the lack of information and network connection, farmers deal with difficulty while connecting with the application that already exists. Our objective is to create a platform where the farmers can get access to all the existing application available online. We are thinking to add an AR real-time cameras to detect the disease and pest and to help the farmers to detect the early disasters that can harm the crop.
We are also thinking to add a IoT system, IoT sensor system that will help the soil, that will help to detect the soil fertility and moisture. We are also thinking to create a page where they can feel and detect and to get the knowledge of the market price so that they can sell their crop and goods that produced in a fair market price. Literature review. We have gathered the information from already existing platforms such as Plantix, AgroStar, ICAR and Soil Healthcare portals and GeoKrishi. So these portals are already existing, but they does not provide the solution at a single platform. Like for example, Plantix only provide the detection of disease. Same, there is an Indian application like GeoKrishi that also detect the disease that are actually causing harm to the crop. Another thing is ICAR department where the soil fertility and moisture is detected. What we are thinking is we will provide all this information to the farmers in one platform where they can, which will be user friendly. It will be easy to access. There they can actually have a record of the crops, and it will be accessible in different languages. Because India is a diverse country, we can't expect every farmer to understand English or Hindi languages. So we will provide the application in more than 21 plus languages.
तो हमारी मेथोडोलॉजी है, पहले फार्मर रजिस्ट्रेशन करेगा हमारे पोर्टल में, तो वहां पे उसको प्रोफाइल क्रिएट करने का ऑप्शन आएगा। वहां अपने फील्ड के क्रॉप्स और जितने भी जो भी ग्रो कर रहे हैं सॉइल वगैरह की डिटेल फिल करेंगे। उसके बाद डाटा एनालाइज, डाटा करेक्ट होगा हमारे डाटा बेस में, तो भी हम बनाएंगे एआई के साथ डाटा इंटीग्रेट करेंगे, उसमें स्टोर होगा, फिर एआई मॉडल डाटा को एनालाइज करेगा। देन उसके बाद जो होगा उसमें जो भी एडवाइजरी डिलीवरी होगी हमारे, जैसे एप्लीकेशन होगा, हमारा एप्लीकेशन PWA है, मतलब प्रोग्रेसिव एप्लीकेशन जो ऑफलाइन भी वर्क करेगा थोड़े बहुत फीचर्स, तो वहाँ पे डिलीवर होंगे और फिर उसके बाद वो फीडबैक देंगे, तो फीडबैक और ज़्यादा वो हमारा जो एआई मॉडल है वो ट्रेन होगा। तो डाटा एनालिसिस हमारे ये जैसे कि भारत स्टार गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से वो क्या बोलते हैं, गवर्नमेंट का एक प्लेटफॉर्म है, पर वहाँ पे ऑफलाइन मोड नहीं है, वहाँ पे मल्टीलिंगुअल लैंग्वेज सपोर्ट नहीं है, वॉइस टू वॉइस कन्वर्सेशन भी नहीं है। और हमारे में यार तो हमारा कंफ्यूजन ये रहता है कि जैसे कि प्लांटिक्स है उसमें डिसीज और सॉइल वगैरह के फर्टिलाइजर कितना डालना है वो सब बताता है। वैसे ही तो मल्टीपल एप्लीकेशन है, तो उसमें बहुत सारे अलग अलग वो फीचर्स है, तो हम लोग एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म प्रपोज कर रहे हैं कि जितने भी फीचर्स है सब एक ही में इंटीग्रेटेड हो, तो मल्टीपल ऐप डाउनलोड करने की उनको जरूरत ही पड़ेगी। और हमारे फीचर स्कोप्स है, फेज 1 में हम ये इंटीग्रेट करेंगे, वॉइस इंटीग्रेशन करेंगे और एडवाइस सिस्टम। सर वी हैव प्रोटोटाइप, कैन यू शो? Thank you, sir. Idea yes. Yes, sir. सर क्योंकि इंडिया में देखा जाए तो ज्यादातर एरिया में वो जैसे फार्मर ज्यादातर गांव से आते, तो वहाँ पे कनेक्टिविटी इतनी अच्छी नहीं मिलती, इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी, तो उसके कारण वो ज्यादा एक्सेस नहीं कर पाते इंटरनेट। तो हम लोग PWA एप्लीकेशन बना रहे जिससे कुछ फीचर्स यानी डाटाबेस में जो स्टोर होता जाएगा उसके बेस पे वो स्कैन करने जाएंगे, एडवाइजरी डिलीवरी होगी।
बना दिया
नो सर, प्रोटोटाइप है। सर ये हमारा डैशबोर्ड रहेगा पर हाँ सर, ये हमारा प्रोटोटाइप है। तो जैसे लॉगिन जैसे आएंगे तो सबसे पहले लैंग्वेज सिलेक्शन का आएगा। तो हमारे में अभी फिलहाल 6 लैंग्वेजेस है। तो हम पहले लैंग्वेज सिलेक्ट करेंगे, देन प्रोफाइल क्रिएट का ऑप्शन आएगा। यहाँ पे नेम और फील्ड वगैरह का भी ऑप्शन आएगा। तो और क्रिएट अकाउंट, लॉगिन और कंटिन्यू विदाउट लॉगिन भी कर सकते हैं। तो यहाँ पे एक्सेस मांगेगा हमारा लोकेशन का, कैमरा का और माइक्रोफोन का। तो ये हमारे में ये टूर भी बताएगा कहाँ पे क्या चीज है। तो और सर ये हमारा डैशबोर्ड है। डैशबोर्ड में हमारे में ये पूरे फॉर्मेटिव वेदर फोरकास्ट भी इंटीग्रेटेड है। और यहाँ पे हम क्लॉक को भी इंटीग्रेट, क्लॉक को ऐड करेंगे वैसे। नो सर, कृषि से तो हमारा ऐप है, हम बना रहे हैं। यस सर, हम मैंने बनाएंगे अभी, हमने रिसर्च किया है इस पे। सर तो यहाँ पे हम क्रॉप डाल सकते हैं, फार्म साइज एंड नो सर, जो भी सर गवर्नमेंट की भी एक, यानी गवर्नमेंट के भी बहुत सारे रिसोर्सेस है, जैसे नाबार्ड। सर एक नाबार्ड करके वो है सोर्स, उसमें भी बताया। हाँ नाबार्ड, उसमें बताया कि 80 to 86% फार्मर्स हमारे स्मॉल मार्जिन फार्म वाले। यस
आपके पास ये राज्य के आसपास कोई काम नहीं
है सर। सर हम लोग का
बहुत अच्छी बात है, लेकिन अब इसका इस तरह का इम्प्रूवमेंट लाना है, कर दिया नेक्स्ट बात।
सर हम लोग इसमें ये ना एआई इंटीग्रेट करेंगे, मतलब एआर फीचर है हमारा। एआर फीचर हमारे यानी बोल सके एआर फीचर और एक हम कॉलिंग एजेंट बनाएंगे, जिसमें कॉलिंग एजेंट। यस सर, तो फार्मर यानी कॉल करेगा, टोल फ्री नंबर हम टेलीकॉम जो भी टोल फ्री नंबर
आंसर देगा।
यस सर, वो है सर, मल्टी लिंगुअल नहीं है वो। नो सर, चैटबॉट अलग है, वो हम कॉल पे बात करेंगे, यानी कॉल पे मैसेज दिएगा जैसे इंडियन कॉल। हम पूरी जितनी भी 22 लैंग्वेजेस है ना इंडियन की, वो सब सपोर्ट करेगा। और अभी लिमिटेड लैंग्वेज पर सपोर्ट करते हैं। और हमारे में
बहुत अच्छे
सर हमने एग्जिस्टिंग ऐप से ना सबको एक्सप्लोर किया है, उसमें क्या फीचर देंगे वैसा। बस ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Pallavi. Now I would like to call Vikas to present his presentation.
विकास को ऐसा नहीं है।
Very good.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can I do here? I will ask us from India science. So, so basically our problem statement is AI based public infrastructure revenue management system. So in this, we were going to get AI based system which will predict before the system will I mean before the robot forward accident letters. I mean so basically मैं ये बोलना चाह रहा हूँ जैसे sometimes ऐसा होता है कि सिस्टम को पहले बंद रहते हैं वाटर पाइप जो खराब हो जाते हैं उसका पता बाद में चलता है एंड उसका जो सॉल्यूशन होता है बहुत तेज होता है तो हम एक एआई बेस्ड सिस्टम डेवलप कर रहे हैं जिससे हमें पहले वो प्रेडिक्ट करके बता रहे हैं कि पहले वो प्रेडिक्ट करके बताए कि कैसा वर्क कर रहा है तो हमारा सिस्टम ऐसा होगा हम बेसिकली अगर वर्क कर रहे हैं इसी बैग पे तो हमें ऐसा होता है कि उसमें पहली बार जो जाते हैं वर्क नहीं कर पाते जिससे क्राइम रेट एंड प्रोजेक्ट को काफी वो होता है इधर होता है जाके एंड उसका जो सॉल्यूशन है काफी कॉस्टली होता है पैराबल होता है तो हमारा सॉल्यूशन ये है कि we are getting a AI based system which is predict before पहले ब्रेक करके बता रहे हैं कि वो कर रहे हैं एंड उसमें आपने देख मैं वही बोल रही थी तो बताएगा कि कुछ एरिया पे जितने वर्क नहीं कर रहे हैं इसमें एंड जितने वर्क कर रहे हैं तो बेसिकली रेड स्टोर red marks show that in this word that more amount of feedbacks are not working. And he is just sick. एक ऐसा पहले से बेट जो हैदराबाद दिल्ली पहले स्ट्रेंथ टू वर्क with स्मार्ट सिटी मिसाल अंदर एंड काफी
ये करूँ
पहले सब पहले डिबेट जो हैदराबाद दिल्ली ने कभी स्टार्ट है बट वो बताते हैं कि पीरियड को उसके बाद का बट हम ऐसा सिस्टम बना रहे हैं प्रिंट कर रहे हैं 30 डेज पहले जो हम सो पहले सॉल्व करके देखते हैं कभी का टाइम का 70% एक बार वो प्रेडिक्शन देगा कि ऐसा वो खराब हो रहा है तो उसका पहले सॉल्यूशन पे पास थैंक यू
जब सब हो गया तो आइडिया जानता हूँ कि जो आइडिया आइडिया बहुत है पर जितने जितने चली हुई आने वाली आपको से बहुत ज्यादा इसमें वर्क करना पड़ेगा कि आपका बॉडी प्राइमरी स्टेज है और आपके आइडिया बहुत ज्यादा लेवल के और अभी आपको बहुत ज्यादा वर्क करना है तो आप कंटिन्यू करेंगे Yes, sir. Same, sir. Basically, we will be a smart one or a old one. We need to get we need to get sensor or we need to get some kind of grading switch or grading sensor method to be done. And you can we are not going to these are the we need to do it and then support the main and because too much videos sensor and we try to extend very and those also very running equal to partners of a big data set and public domain से लेके हम data एक और data तो लेने के लिए video और कुछ बातें डेवलपमेंट पर इसलिए हम इसको रिसर्च कर then okay, we can have reality and okay, right? So everything you can be a the concept of the it's right kind of concept. I got them to जैसे सेंसर का आपको ताकत मिलेगा कि आएगा उनका वो तो आपको जो ताकत मिल रहा है बहुत बहुत ताकत मिलेगी बहुत ज्यादा ताकत मिलेगी ठीक है ताकत से आप ट्रेनिंग करेंगे और जब ट्रेनिंग हो तब आप प्रेडिक्शन करेंगे और वो प्रेडिक्शन आपका या वो दूसरी चीज प्रेडिक्शन हो या आपको रिजल्ट करेंगे तो आपको तब हो गया तो आपको प्रेडिक्शन करना आगे तो आपको और टाइम आता भी आपको मिलेगा तो इससे हमारे काम बहुत ज्यादा वर्क करना मुझे गाना बोलना Study on a way problem अरे यार काम तो नहीं कर रहा पाचना का ऊपर में करा मैंने लिखा मैंने तो पाचना को बना लिखा এটা তো কাজের অপরাধ আছে Hello. Thank you, Vikas. Now I would like to call Upasna to present his presentation. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Upasna Chandrakar. I am from MCA final semester. I am presenting on topic AI and IoT enabled menstrual health monitoring framework. ये predictive and preventing women's health care system है. इस फ्रेमवर्क की जरूरत हमें इसलिए पड़ी क्योंकि बहुत से मोबाइल ऐप्स तो बने हैं लेकिन वो रिएक्टिव है मतलब कि आप जो डेटा उसमें इंसर्ट करते हो वो उसको ही शो करता है वो प्रेडिक्ट नहीं करता है डेटा को इसलिए हमने एक फ्रेमवर्क बनाया है जो कि अनीमिया और हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस के जैसे इरेगुलरिटीज को कम कंट्रोल करने में हेल्प करता है इस फ्रेमवर्क के आर्किटेक्चर में हमने 3 लेयर्स को यूज किया है डेटा लेयर एनालिसिस लेयर और आउटपुट लेयर डेटा लेयर जो है वो हाइब्रिड कलेक्शन है जिससे हमारे फॉल्स अलार्म्स जो है वो भी रिड्यूस होते हैं, क्योंकि ये 2 टाइप में डेटा को कलेक्ट करता है। मोबाइल ऐप में सब्जेक्टिव मैट्रिसेस कलेक्ट होते हैं, जिसमें यूजर मैन्युअली डेटा को इंसर्ट कर सकता है, और IoT डिवाइस जो है वो ऑब्जेक्टिव मैट्रिसेस पे वर्क करता है, जो कि डायरेक्टली बॉडी का टेम्परेचर, हार्ट रेट, बीपी ये सबको कैलकुलेट कर लेगा। एनालिसिस लेयर जो है वो क्लाउड में डेटा को स्टोर करता है। इसके लिए हम LSTM नेटवर्क का यूज करते हैं। ये एक ML मॉडल है जो कि पैटर्न को रिकॉग्नाइज करता है टाइम सीरीज में। आउटपुट लेयर जो है वो एनालाइज्ड डैशबोर्ड को शो करता है। जो नॉर्मल यूजर है उसके लिए अलर्ट सिस्टम है, और जो मेडिकल प्रोफेशनल है उनके लिए कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव रिपोर्ट है। ये जो हेल्थ सॉल्यूशन है ये स्केलेबल है, क्योंकि ये अर्ली प्रेडिक्ट करता है डिसीज को, और इसमें हम डेटा को इंटीग्रेट करते हैं। रूरल पेशेंट्स जो है और जो अर्बन डायग्नोस्टिक एक्सपर्ट्स है, इनके बीच का जो गैप है उसको हम बैलेंस करने की कोशिश करते हैं। क्योंकि ये रियल डेटा पे वर्क करता है, तो अनीमिया, क्लस्टर्स ये सब जो है वो बिना डेटा के प्राइवेसी को कॉम्प्रोमाइज किए हम मेजर कर सकते हैं। जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि इसमें हम लोग सब्जेक्टिव और ऑब्जेक्टिव दोनों मैट्रिसेस का यूज करते हैं। तो सब्जेक्टिव मैट्रिसेस में हम मैनुअली पेन, फटीग जैसे वैल्यूज को इंसर्ट करते हैं, और IoT सेंसर जो है वो बॉडी का टेम्परेचर और बाकी सबको कैलकुलेट कर लेता है। जैसे कि आप सब डायग्राम में देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे लेवल्स है जिससे आप मैनुअली कैलकुलेट कर सकते, मैनुअली डाल सकते हो डेटा को। एक कैलेंडर है जो कि प्रेडिक्ट करके आपको बताएगा कि नेक्स्ट मंथ कौन सा साइकिल है, और इसके साथ दूसरी डिवाइस पे एक नोटिफिकेशन है, अलर्ट सिस्टम है, जो कि किसी भी मेडिकल इमरजेंसी को आपको ऑलरेडी अलर्ट करके बता देगा। इसमें फ्यूचर में हम हार्मोनल टेस्टिंग डिवाइस से इसको इंटीग्रेट करने वाले हैं। इसके लिए फेडरेटिक लर्निंग को हम इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे, जो कि डेटा के प्राइवेसी को मेंटेन करता है। हम इसमें सब मॉड्यूल्स पे काम करेंगे, जो कि PCOD, PCOS जैसे जो हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस है उसमें डायरेक्टली इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं। ये सस्टेनेबल है क्योंकि ये इकोनॉमिक बर्डन और फिजिकल बर्डन जैसे क्रॉनिक कंडीशंस को रेड्यूस करता है। इसके लिए हमने कुछ रेफरेंसेस यूज किए हैं, जिसमें हॉकराइटर और सामी रूबर का मशीन लर्निंग फाउंडेशन है NLTP नेटवर्क के लिए, और डेटा प्राइवेसी के लिए हमने फेडरेटिव लर्निंग का यूज किया। थैंक IoT डिवाइसेस से हम इसका डेटा ले रहे हैं, और एक मोबाइल ऐप है जिसके थ्रू हम मैनुअली डेटा इंसर्ट कर सकते हैं। जैसे रिस्ट बैंड, फिटनेस बैंड वगैरह होता है, उससे हम ब्लूटूथ के थ्रू मोबाइल ऐप को कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं। हाँ, ह्यूमन बीइंग। अभी ये सब ये
आगे ऑनलाइन में वो ये क्या आता है वैलिडेशन या तो बताइए कि आपने नहीं होता तो ये बस मैं क्लियर माय काम में लगे हैं। तो एक सर्वे एरिया आपको फाइनलाइज करना है, वहां पे उसको आपका जो कि बॉडी है वैलिड हो रहा है, किस तरह काम कर रहे हैं चीजों को पहले बार आपके डिसीजन राइट चल जाएगा तो जैसे अभी जर्नल वगैरह भेजें तो जर्नल वगैरह भेजेंगे तो गवर्नमेंट आगे आएंगे इनका कमेंट मार्केटिंग स्टूडेंट जर्नल को भी नहीं समझते इट्स फाइन ठीक है so you can note down the agenda and what we want to go in recently अभी आप थोड़ा सा बोर्ड हो गए तो आज तक हम क्या विचार आ गया हमने क्या इन्होंने 18 है वो अगर 7-8 साल में मैं रिसर्च कर रहा हूं रेफरेंसेस आर वेरी गुड 97 76 साल बैक
Thank you, Upasna. Now I would like to call Bhumika to present her presentation. अगर कुछ नहीं होगा कहाँ गया देख टॉपिक ये भूमिका पूरा क्यों नहीं आ रहा है यार चल मैं करती हूँ Good afternoon, everyone. And today I'm honored in front of you to represent my research project. And this is the problem statement that many digital systems fail silently, and the users didn't get any information regarding that. And for this, the real life example while I'm taking is कि जब students specially बैंक में या किसी government portals पे जब अगर मैं एग्जाम्पल्स लूँ हम स्टूडेंट्स के या सिटीजन्स के जब वो गवर्नमेंट पोर्टल्स या बैंक्स में वो डॉक्यूमेंट्स अपलोड करते हैं तो जनरली एक कॉमन प्रॉब्लम जो आती है वो है सर्वर इशू का दैट वो मेन ये होता है कि सर्वर पे इतना लोड होता है जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ एक्टिव यूजर्स बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं एंड उसका जो रहता है वो यूजर्स को प्रॉपरली वो डिफाइन नहीं हो पाता है कि एक्चुअल में प्रॉब्लम है क्या तो उसके लिए हम रियल टाइम मॉनिटरिंग एक मिडलवेयर बना रहे हैं जो वेबसाइट एंड सर्वर्स के बीच में होगा जो टेक्निकल जो इश्यूज होंगे उनको कन्वर्ट करके यूजर विजिबल वो डिफाइन करे कि एक्चुअल में प्रॉब्लम है क्या सो सबसे पहले तो लाइक इट्स अ रियल टाइम लोड मॉनिटरिंग एंड विजुअलाइजेशन फ्रेमवर्क एंड ये प्रेडिक्ट करेगा कि लाइक कितने ओवरलोड कंडीशंस है जिससे यूजर्स को ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम नहीं होंगी एंड नेक्स्ट हाँ सो तो सबसे पहले इनके लाइक देयर आर थ्री हाइपोथेसिस कि रियल टाइम लोड मॉनिटरिंग सिग्निफिकेंटली रिड्यूसेस सिस्टम फेलियर रिस्क बिकॉज ये जो रियल टाइम मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम है ये इस पे एक डैशबोर्ड होगा जो यूजर्स को ये डिफाइन करेगा ये शो करेगा कि इस पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे इतना लोड है इतना ट्रैफिक है थ्रू अ डैशबोर्ड एंड वो बताएगा कि इस टाइम इतना ट्रैफिक है सो दैट द यूजर्स विल गेट द नोटिफिकेशन थ्रू सम लाइक अगर हम ट्रैफिक सिग्नल्स का एग्जांपल ले तो लाइक ग्रीन शो करेगा अगर लो ट्रैफिक होगा तो सो दिस विल बी यूजफुल फॉर द यूजर एंड ये एनर्जी वेस्ट में भी इफेक्टिव होगा कि हम एनर्जी वेस्ट कम होगा सो फॉर दिस हम लो डेटा कलेक्ट करेंगे लाइक सीपीयू यूजर्स कितने एक्टिव यूजर्स हैं कितना सीपीयू लाइक
यूजेस हो रहा है एंड हम ग्राफ यूज करेंगे सीपी यूजेस के लिए एंड थ्रेशोल्ड फ्रीक्वेंसीज एंड ऑल। ये जो सॉल्यूशन है ये टू बी ऑनेस्ट ये ऑलरेडी मार्केट में एग्जिस्ट करता है बट द डिफरेंस इज कि जो ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करते हैं वो सिर्फ एडमिन्स के लिए होते हैं। यूजर्स आर नॉट क्लियरली डिफाइंड कि एक्चुअल में प्रॉब्लम है क्या। सो फॉर यूजर्स वी हैड मेड दिस। इसमें ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन होगा सीपी यूजेस का, रेस्पॉन्स टाइम भी होगा, पावर कंजप्शन भी होगा, कंपैरिजन होगा एनर्जी कंजप्शन का पहले और आफ्टर लाइक लोड मॉनिटरिंग के बाद। System performance matrices will be recorded under different load levels. We had find that while using this, it reduces load unexpected system failures. Predictive alerts improve proactive maintenance. Energy uses decreases when the load balance is applied. System efficiency improves with visualization dashboards. In the field of AI-based prediction systems, we can use this project. Smart grids also, data centers can optimize energy consumption. Smart grids can prevent power loads. Cloud platforms can dynamically allocate resources. Sustainable infrastructure planning becomes more effective while applicating this all. Future scopes of this our project is integration of AI-based predictive analytics and development of automated load balancing systems. And this is the small flow chart where users, there are the 5 main steps, that is user, website and the app, where the users will logging their documents and other applicants. And this main load indicator is the new thing we are adding. This is the main middleware, which is the main important stage of this project. This will show, as in the starting I tell you that this indicator will show how much the traffic actually is, so that the user will have not to worry about and their time will be properly used. And in the 4th step, matrices reader, this is already existed in the current websites and the other monitoring devices. This will read the CPUs and users and time other information, and the main server, that is existing system, here will be shown. And there is one prototype also I'm showing you just here. No ma'am, prototype. अरे मेरा एंटीवायरस है, चलेगा क्यों नहीं? मैम ये आपके में खुलेगा क्या प्रोटोटाइप? इसमें नहीं खुल रहा है मेरा लैपटॉप। नहीं बोल रहा है विकास का प्रोटोटाइप क्या भेजे हो उसका? प्रोटोटाइप डैशबोर्ड सर, प्रोटोटाइप इज रिमेन जस्ट 2 मिनट्स सर। फोन में चल रहा है? हाँ किसी के फोन में चल रहा है? मेरे फोन में चल रहा है। दिखा दीजिए सर तो वहां पर। हाँ सर, कैन आई शो यू द प्रोटोटाइप इन माय फोन? हाँ
So just 3 online, 2 online. Vikas sir and one. Yes. 2 online candidates. 2 online candidates are left. Yes sir. Go show them. Show him any. We are going to present the prototype.
sorry sir for the delay. Wait. this will be like first user will do whatever the he have to and the website where he will do and ये monitoring script होगा यहाँ पे analyzer engine और यहाँ पे live dashboard होगा डैशबोर्ड सिस्टम पे कुछ इस तरीके से दिखेगा कि लाइक कितना अभी ये नॉर्मल है एक्चुअल में हमारा के हम एक वेबसाइट थ्रू बनाएंगे जहाँ पे ये बीच में एज अ मिडिलवेयर काम करेगा बट अभी वो हमारा रेडी नहीं है बिकॉज वी हैव नॉट हैविंग दैट मच टाइम सो ऐसा डैशबोर्ड शो करेगा ये रेस्पॉन्स टाइम है एक्टिव यूजर्स इतने हैं अभी सिस्टम की हेल्प बता रही है कि अभी अच्छी है गुड रेस्पॉन्स टाइम का ये ट्रेंड है ग्राफ की अभी ये प्रिडिक्ट करे कि पहले इतना था अभी ऐसा है और इस टाइम पे ये है यस सर एंड यहाँ पे ग्रीन सिग्नल है कि दैट सिस्टम इज रनिंग स्मूथली ठीक है एंड सर ये इसके इम्पैक्ट है कि लाइक कितने इसमें लाइक इम्प्रूव हो रहा है यूजर का ट्रस्ट सर इससे यूजर का ट्रस्ट भी बढ़ रहा है एंड रिड्यूस कर रहा है ड्रॉप ऑफ रेट इससे क्या है सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट में बहुत हेल्पफुल है इसमें ईयरली रिस्क डिटेक्ट हो जा रहा है सर ये ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करता है बट इसमें ये है कि हम जो इसमें जो शो कर रहे हैं यूजर्स को कि सर 1 मिनट एक्चुअल में एक प्रॉपर वर्ड एक्चुअल में वी हैड यूज द एआई अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट वी हैड
डिप्लॉयड है गूगल पे में
यस सर
गूगल पे में है ना ऐप
सर ये we what we had made it's not there
अच्छा you have made
yes sir this is self made actually we had used the AI because we are the students from AI so we had implement the concepts of AI there so that is and sir the main difference between what already existed in the market is that they are just for only admins and the we users are getting difficulties we have to suffer all those and we are not like कि हम जाएंगे एडमिन्स के पास हम उन्हें पूछेंगे उसमें टाइम हमारा वेस्ट हो रहा है सर तो हमारा मेन विजुअल ये है कि हम यूजर्स के लिए कुछ ऐसा करें कि उनका टाइम वेस्ट ना हो एनर्जी सेव हो सर तो दिस इज फॉर दैट यस सर सर क्योंकि एज अ मैं खुद का अगर एक्सपीरियंस लूँ तो मैंने अपने एजुकेशन लोन अप्लाई करने में एंड माय फादर आल्सो डू सम जॉब्स सो एंड फॉर दैट गवर्नमेंट पोर्टल्स में जब भी रजिस्टर्स करते हैं या अगर जैसे नॉर्मल यूजर भी जो गांव का रहता है अगर उनके पास स्मार्टफोन से 5G है इवन आज के डेट में सबके पास है तो वो अगर घर बैठ के ये सब कर पा रहे हैं हम इतनी उनको सुविधाएं दे रहे हैं एंड अगर सिर्फ सर्वर इश्यूज के वजह से अगर वो इस चीज को नहीं ले पा रहे हैं तो फिर बहुत प्रॉब्लम है सर तो दैट इज व्हाई वी हैड थॉट ऑफ दिस आइडिया यस सर सो सर आप थोड़ा और अगर कुछ बता पाएं तो मुझसे
स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ है ना
Sir, actually we had went to the SIH hackathons in few months. तो वहाँ पे सर मुझे एक आइडिया आया कि हम सब तो आज के डेट में सब डिजिटलाइज हो गया है सारी चीज ऑनलाइन हो रहा है बट अगर जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस स्मॉल इशू नहीं है स्मॉल टॉपिक है कि सर्वर लोड है सब बोल रहे थे कि सर्वर लोड है
finally we now invite our keynote speaker Mr. Vikas Kumar who will be joining us online to deliver his keynote address
लिटरली ये सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट में SDG 4 आई थिंक 17 और 11 के बीच में लाई करते हैं सब तो यस थैंक यू
So we are going to share you our topics again going to be related to the robotic applications in the next technologies.
Oh,
So our title is going to be like application of robotics in defense technology. So I would like to share some of the basic things that we are going to see in the presentation. So currently we have seen many wars. Right now, like you take the wars.
So we have seen many type of drones, robots, naval application. After that, AI, human machine interventions. After that, satellite attacks, missile attacks, different type of tanks, different type of ammunitions. We have seen these different type of things in the recent wars. So I have gathered some of the basic things over here, and I'll accumulate it, and I'll share the creation of robots in that. So basically, I'm going to cover the topic that are going to be from the attack and maintenance point of view. It is not going to be from the defense point of view. All the topics that I'm going to cover that will be going to be like
from the warhead point of view, from the drones point of view. Drones, if you are talking about the drones, then it will going to be like the self-destroying type of drones. It will not going to be like the how we are going to stop the ammunition type of things. So why robotics is required in defense? So the robots in defense is not about just the machines that we generally used to see in the movies like Iron Man, like Robocop. It's not like that. In real life, it's going to reduce the soldier casualties, increasing surveillance dominance, improving precision strike capability, and along with the cost. After that, operating in environment too dangerous for the humans. In modern warfare is actually shifting from the manpower to technology-driven dominance. Actually, nowadays people don't want to risk their manpowers. They want intelligence, strike control. After that, and they want to perform dangerous tasks. Because of that, they don't want any human casualties over there. This are rugged. They can be controlled from a far point of station. They have certain power banks. They have their own intelligence. After intelligence, they also have their own sighting system, sensing system. So we are going to have different type of things mounted on one device only. So we are gathering the different data from a single device, single entity. Okay. So because of that, we are not going to suffer any casualties for the human soldiers. So right now there are three type of robots that are used in military. So they are going to be so they are going to be like air, land, and water. For the air we already know about unmanned aerial vehicles. Same like land, we are going for the unmanned ground vehicles. After that, water, we are going to have unmanned sea vehicles or unmanned, after that unmanned submarines type of system. So each system is going to have three type of domain. First thing is the surveillance system. Surveillance system is going to be capable of capturing image. After that, capturing the thermal images. After that, laser sighting system. It is going to provide you humidity, temperature, wind velocity. After it, second thing is combat system. Combat system is going to be like we're going to have something like we're going to have firing system. We need to have some ammunition, missiles, or guns loaded with them, so they can fire at any instant. So after that, it will going to have a support system. Support system is like they are going to provide you sometimes support system is going to work sometimes only. So sometimes they are going to provide you logistics. Sometimes they are going to take your things from one place to another place, because in the war place you are not you are just going to have some limited amount of expenses, limited amount of manpower, limited amount of resources, limited amount of fuels, limited amount of magazines, limited amount of manpower. So at that time, this type of robots are going to they are going to play a critical role over there. Firstly, we'll like to work out on we'll see the defense system. So what our the robots are going to do. So in air domain, combat and strike drones. So air domain, we are going to have many type of drones right now. But right now, what's talking about the INCON Reaper. This type of these are the drones which are unmanned. So they are the operator is controlling it in a control room. It is going to be far away from the designated place. You can fly up to for right hours of 27 hours and 85 like 20,000 feet also. Okay. This type of drones have the capabilities to. So the first image is showing that one only. So this type of drone have the capability to
Tangible.
yes. Also. So this type of drones have the capability that they are drones generally have the capability that they can hide themselves from the radars also. After that, there are Switchblade 300 that are kamikaze drones. So these are the most popular drones that has been used in Russia-Ukraine wars. After that, in Middle East also. After that, this type of drones have the two type of capabilities. They are loitering type of munitions. So what they are doing to do? Generally, we have the ammunition filters. Like we can say, one can say missile only. Missile is not going to have any missile is not going to have their own propulsion system or missile is going to have that the what to say your cartridge is not going to have your own propulsion system. So this type of kamikaze type of drones they are prepared in such a way that bottom right side. So this type of drones are prepared in such a way like they are going to have their own navigation system, own propulsion system. Along with that, they are going to also have the ammunition with them. So this type of drones have the capability that they are going to hit the target. Hitting the target, they are going to destroy their own self. So there is no traces of of the drone after that. Data is type of drone that they are going to they like just they are going to drop the ammunition. After that, they can return back to the home place. TB2. These are the most advanced drone. These are proven in multiple war zone right now. These drones have been used has been used by Ukraine for the Russia. After that, FPV drones. FPV drones are the drones that we generally use. Just, just we have seen the electric also. So this type of drones have the gimbal system mounted on it. In the bottom of it, there is going to be payloads. Otherwise, payload or the grenades. Okay. So system they are going to have some of the basic things. So basic things will be going to be like they are going to have the GPS system. They are going to have they are going to have their own sighting system. After that, they are going to have their own target locking system. After that, they have their own communication system. So that their communication are end to end encrypted. So that the other parties or the enemies don't interfere in that. So while talking about the kamikaze type of drones, so this type of drones, jammers are also used. Drone jammers are also available in the market nowadays. So people have developed the drone jammers. So what they generally used to do, they are going to jam the drone. What the word is which is like electromagnetic waves. They are going to jam your GPS. So once you have jammed your GPS, you can't do anything because your navigation system has completely failed. You are just going to rely on your camera only. So your camera is going to work like a seeker only. So this type of drone, if you see in the front, there is a black dot. This dot is nothing but resolution camera. So what this type of camera have the two functions. These are day and night vision camera. Even with along with that, they have the capability to see a target up to 10 kilometers with a high accuracy. Once the target is settled, after that, it's like impossible that the target is going to miss by this type of drones. One thing that can only stop the target from being hit is once the target is going to hide himself from the wall. This type of drones have been we used in Ukraine-Russia war. After that, we moved to grenade dropping drones. So these are the drones which are heavily used by Ukrainian army over the Russian army. So this type of drone systems, they are going to cost like only $100, and they are going to destroy like millions of dollar things. Like they are destroying the $1 million tanks. After that, armored vehicles. After that, they are destroying even the buildings also. So how they are preparing it? So just a normal drone. On the bottom of that, there is a servo mechanism which is going to just drop the grenade from it. So let's see the topic. Small multi-layered UAV modified to carry and release hand grenade or small munition from a height. Okay, these are very cheap, reusable, theater controlled, highly effective against exposed infantry and light vehicles. So actually the mechanism is over there. On the second clip, there is a soldier over here. Then he is holding the drone from the bottom side. So there is a servo mechanism. So what it's going to do, it's a latch type of thing. Once the latch is released, it will drop from the top. We can see there is a fixed rotor is provided on the bottom side of the grenade. So this type of rotor is provided so that retain its stability. When we are going to release the thing from the top, it will directly going to hit at the bottom side. It will going to wobble. Okay. It's going to wobble, so it will going to distract from the target. Okay. In the aspect we can see that there is a DJI that drone. We have placed the ammunition over there. So this ammunition is just drop from it only. So after that we'll move to it the ground combat robots. So on the current days, drones are many impactful. Drones are the most dominant robot in the current warfare scenarios. Yet the cost of the drones are very less because of that people because of that the Warzone has completely shifted from uh, like a traditional war zone to a drone warfare. Okay. The ground combat robots. So ground combat robots can be of two type only. First thing, they are going to have a heavy heavy or light machine gun mounted on it with a gimbal. That second thing, it will going to provide you a logistic. So first thing, you will see here the best example over here, the 25-day robot. In May 2025, Ukraine UGV armed with a machine gun held at the front line just solo for 6 weeks, needing only 48 hours maintenance cycle. So what they have done, they have placed a machine gun over a ramp. What they have done, they have used their own. They have used a gimbal over there. Gimbal is the thing which is going to provide you. Going to provide you all the movement. Okay. So once you are going to mount your camera in the gimbal, it is going to provide you. It is going to provide you the inside environment pictures. With the capability of camera, it is going to focus you on the scenarios you is going to be done. So what it is actually going to do, it is going to have a movie about each job, each picture and motions. Right? So this type of so what they have done, they have placed a machine gun over the robot, and they have sent it. So this type of robot have the capability that they can survive, they can work out for a long duration of time. The second thing is the logistic dominance. In the some of the sector of Russia in 2025, up to 90% of the all supplies were delivered via ground robots to avoid actually drones strike on the trucks. Because actually drones are that smart that it can, it is being mounted on the drones. They are that much capable that they can identify that or one can identify that what type of thing is that. Because of that only, have used this type of drones for logistic purpose. If you see on the first pic, it has shown a simple robot which is robot. What this robot is going to do? First thing is going to be what is going to have multi purpose, but some of the purpose we can discuss over here. Firstly, it will work as a logistic part. Second thing, it will be up the carry up the ammunitions. Means it will work like an ambulance or a stretcher, so that it can take away the harmed or patient from one place to another place. After that, if you see on the second place, there are some of the robots which the people are mounting the radar system or the antennas, so that they can have their own network and on a certain place. They have conquered one place and they are not having their own network system. So for that place, they are going to use this type of robots only, so that they can create their own satellite. They can create their own communication system over there. So after that, there are naval robotic warfare is also there. So naval for the naval robotic warfare, so this type of warfare is going to be in the plane of the water, and the bottom plane of the water. So, once we are talking naval robotic system warfare, so traditionally, if you think about the aircraft carriers, the naval ship, the warship, we three things that is being is like first thing will going to be submarine, after that destroyer, after that yes, because these three things are the basic for a warship. Nowadays, these small drones are that much capable that they can even work as a work as a submarines also. They can even destroy a full warship also. Because these type of drones, on the top of that, you can see that they have mounted the gimbals. Okay, after that they have the sonars also. So this type of drones, this type of sea vehicles have the capability that they can float also. And they can deep dive into the oceans also. When they are deep diving into the oceans, they are going to work out like a destroyers of the marines. Okay. So here we have selected. Here there are the three basic ecosystems that are generally used. So V5 UC drones. This type of drones have the capability that once they are going to hit the target, they are just going to create a blast over them. So the blast radius is going to have a radius of around 3 meters only, because of the fact that the tendency of the blast is going to have a very huge impact. And they are going to create a sonic boom in that place only because of the blast. Right, this C baby give USB. So second one is the C baby. So this type of USB have the tendency that we can mount a small missile system over it. And after that, we can launch that system from the sea only. So like drones or USV are also like unmanned underwater vehicles. So they are the mine detectors. Once you are going to this type of vehicles are used when one army is going to penetrate on the other army boundary lines. So on that boundary lines, some of the things are like enemy army is going to place the mine detectors over there. Okay, so mines will going to be there. So this type of UUV will going to do detect this mine. Person who are coming from the behind that mines have been placed on this place. After that, why this UUVs are important? Detect without risking sailors, coastal defense, submarine tracking. Third, we see the emerging trends. So, these are the five major things that still people are working out. And in defense, these are the most required things. Actually, first thing is like AI-driven autonomous targeting. There are huge data set available over there, but how to identify which is going to be the enemy and which is going to be the army personals. So for this one, AI-driven autonomous targeting is required. After that, drone swarm robots. So why drone swarms are required? Is if we are going to have a very huge area to cover, very huge area to blast over. So we require a very huge missile, a very long range missile. So along with that, we require also huge amount of ammunition. At this time, we can do one thing is like we can do the same blasting by large number of drones with small grenade only because it is going to provide you the same effect. So because of that, drone swarms are required. After that, human robot teaming. Still the point, human human robot teaming is still missing right now. After that, logistic conveys. Because of the because of the limitation of manpower, because of limitation of fuel, ammunitions in the battlefield, robot logistics conveys are required. AI battlefield decision system. The warfare system is not like the traditional one. People need the generals or the commanding officer that are seeing over the require the full scenario of the warfare. Like what are the things going to happen over there? What type of targets are there? What type of ammunitions or what type of sighting system? What type of things has been used on the warfare? They are not easily available over them. So AI battlefield decision system is going to provide the data to this type of this or this type of warhead can be used in this place so that it can destroy the complete place. Maybe work out over here. After that, we can move toward the maintenance part. So we have seen many type of tanks in the movies, but each tank have the capability that they can fire up to certain number of rounds. In certain number of rounds, they have to clean their barrel. Okay, cleaning and inspection robots. So this type of robots have the task that they have to clean the gun barrel. So
Now,
once they yes,
we need to conclude the session here because we are short of time and we are still pending with two paper presentations.
hello,
Hello. So we need to
yes,
conclude the session just immediately because we have two more paper presentation and we are very
okay,
short
okay,
of time. And thank you so much, Vikas
okay,
sir, for joining us.
okay, okay,
And I'm really sorry for this.
okay, okay, no issue. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
Next Hemant Sahu will be presenting his paper. I would like him to share his PPT. And please, you have 5 minutes. Please don't exceed the time and only 1 minute of questionnaire. Okay.
Hemant, please start your session. Hemant, please start your session. We have only 5 minutes.
Just a minute, ma'am. Okay, okay. But
Yes, sir. It is good.
yes. So, good afternoon, ma'am. Myself, Hemant Sahu, and I am the research scholar, PhD in Engineering and Technology Department at Jamia University, Raipur. So, my topic to present this paper is the introduction of auto ignition system for LPG. It means liquid petroleum gas and BFG firing, hot gas generator. Here, it's blast furnace gas. This is the introduction. Actually, presently I'm working in the steel plant, the blast furnace. So here we are using the hot gas generator for heating the furnace, and and we use the BF gas for heating to burn in this hot gas generator. The calorific value of BF gas is around 700 to 850 kilocalorie per cubic meter, and it is not self-ignited.
इंटरनेट की से पढ़ना नहीं है बाकी पेपर में लड़का है जैसे सीरियल पे काम इसमें आपका नंबर तो नहीं ले रहा है -93 होगा नहीं